On this episode of the Do Better Sis podcast, host Charli and Phoenix catch up on the front porch with wine, hot tamales, and great conversation. Topics discussed include sexuality and religion, twerking, the green rush, depression, and so much more. Grab your girls, grab your wine, and get ready to do better, sis.
Welcome to Do Better Sis, where we let you know if your weave is too tight or your eyebrows are just not quite right. Where we strive to inspire, encourage, uplift, educate, and motivate our sisters. Join us, Charli, Kay, and Phoenix, as we bring discussions on things such as health, building wealth, improving credit, investing, entertainment, and fashion in a language that you can understand. We spotlight what's going on in our communities and how we all can participate. Come and find out how you can do better, sis.
Are you ready?
Look, makes me think of Mr. Brown. This is your grandfather.
Listen.
No, he said,
Granddaddy.
This is your granddaddy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, I laughed so hard on that. Oh my God, I was in tears.
I told you I met them for my birthday.
No.
So the restaurant catered their breakfast for their R&B CD release, whatever. Great CD. I did not know that it was gonna be that type. Like I didn't think it was real R&B. Like you would listen to.
They're talking about the Christian making love to.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like your John Legend, your Silk minus telling you to meet him in the bedroom. It's one of those type things.
I like that though for that Christian crowd that can be so uptight.
Oh yeah.
Maybe they'll feel good about listening to Tamala sing about being in love and intimacy.
Well, that's the thing. Like one of the things she was saying is that the church has high numbers of divorce rate. She was like, and it's because they don't seek counseling, and they're always in the Bible and they put their marriage and their family second to their religion. And I was just like,
well, not just that, because with Christianity, sexuality is treated as, which they don't even look at it this way. They treat sex as if it's something dirty. And really, it's not anything that's dirty. I mean, if God created us for procreation, how can you even They're so uptight and bound in their relationships and their marriages,
Well, do you think that's just a black religious thing, or you think that's like across the board?
I think that it is, I don't know, I would say it could be across the board, because first of all, get an understanding about Jesus, and I think that's across the board, because people always think that, I know this is, we're not going to get too deep into this, but Jesus was a man, and they don't see Jesus as someone who's having sex. When really, history shows that Jesus probably had a whole family.
Ooh, child. You ain't going there tonight. We're not.
Any Christians out there, go ahead and get your fan. I know some of you probably gonna hit the flow on that one, but if you study, you will see it. But we won't go there. But sexuality is seen as something that's dirty and need to be hidden. That's part of the problem. What's everybody doing a blowjob to a Christian? Jesus.
I'm sorry, what? Is that what they say? What? What happened? I'm sorry. Does not compute. I'm appalled.
Yes.
Ma'am.
Yes, I am appalled. But Becky down the street ain't appalled.
And truth be told, most of them are not appalled either.
No, they're not. Give them a little tipsy.
A little bit of that extra communion wine. Drinking the wine. That's what they were saying at the church I used to go to on 4th Sunday. Drink that good wine. Yeah, we really won't go there. That's not the way that we want to come back. I don't think y'all ready for that. We'll get into that a whole lot deeper later. But yeah, we just wanted to welcome Phoenix back and have these random conversations with Phoenix.
Thank you, Charles.
So we're on the porch with our Dublin and hot tamales. So if you hear smacking, that's what we're eating on. Just out here enjoying this 100-degree weather. And we just want to have a conversation. That's all. Just catch up.
Chat.
Just catch up.
Type of stuff, talking about
everything.
What's going on out there in these worlds.
In these streets. These people out here playing.
In these streets, yes. And especially these virtual streets. Because I was telling Charlie how I am starting to detest being on Instagram. And constantly all I see is ass jumping and popping. Ass. I mean, as soon as they know there's a camera, once my recording is like, let me turn around. And do some ass clapping, some ass bouncing, whatever.
Sis, you are much more than an ass. So much more than your ass in your face. So much more than your ass, your titties in your face. Period. Come on, y'all.
I can't tell.
Well,
because they seem to think that's all there is.
Well, that's sad. That's sad for a number of reasons. One, you got to know your worth. You know, and in addition to that, you have to be like, when I see videos like that, I think the insecurity level is some of the highest out there. Like, there's no way in hell you're going to put yourself out there if you think highly of yourself, okay? Put yourself out there and you bending over and you busting it wide open and you're twerking and that's all you're doing. You're not twerking to get your education. You're not twerking. I mean, you know, you might twerk to get a bill paid every now and again, but not every post on your Instagram.
Even if you're doing that, because now a man don't have to give you any money because you're not anything special, because guess what? These twerkers or ass bouncers are down a dozen. Everybody's doing it. That's true. There's nothing special about it.
Even the damn kids. Y'all got y'all kids out here.
Lord.
These 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9-year-olds.
All they do is turn around to the back and bounce.
And and looking back at it.
Like, I don't even know. And you know, and I get, like, they talk about one of the arguments I hear is, you know, you talk about for the culture. And you hear about you know, that's part of the African culture. But what people fail to understand is that a lot of African dances have meaning to it.
Right.
There's a reason why they're doing certain dances.
Right.
You know, in certain ways. So, you know, that's one thing. But I mean, what's the reason that we're seeing it so rampant?
They're just twerking for clout. That's it. Twerking for clout.
I don't get it. I just, you know, and it's nothing about being jealous or being uptight. I just think, I just don't see the reason for it. I mean, constantly. That's it. That's all you're doing. What talent is that? What kind of talent is that? You can bounce your butt?
Let me say this. Have you ever tried to clap your ass before?
No, I don't have enough ass.
I will say, and neither do I, but I will say it's definitely a talent because it takes some skill to do that. However, that's not something that I want to see on Instagram every time I scroll up and down.
Well, I tell you what, it must be an easily acquired skill. I guess it's just like any other muscle, though. If you work it enough.
I was always told it's more in the thighs than it is in your ass. Especially, well, I don't have an ass, so.
Well, shit, I don't know. I don't know where the skill lies. My niece tried to tell me how to make it bounce, and the only time I see that I get a little jiggle is if I'm not overthinking it. Because I've tried it, but even if I could do it, I'm not one of those people who will be turning around. every time a camera comes out,
right.
bend over and bounce and make it clap and all that kind of stuff.
I will say, first of all, when I go out, I'm a 2-stepper. I'm a 2, 3, 4-stepper. And I'm more of an observer. I'm more of the one, let me see the foolishness that you're doing because somebody got to live to tell the story. That's my job. When we go out, that is my job.
Yeah, that's true. That's always your job.
If my song comes on, I might do a little bop in the chair. Now, in the chair, I'm a good dancer. On the floor, that's something completely different.
Oh, my gosh, yes. I tell anyone, I get off as a chair dancer. You would think I can get up and just do the dance.
On these feet? Ooh, baby, listen. Different story.
These feet don't cooperate.
Different story. 2, 3, 4 steps is all you can get out of me when it comes to being on my feet. But one of the things that, sidebar, Megan Thee Stallion.
I like her.
This big old freak, have you heard that?
Yes, I like her.
Big old freak talks to my inner whore.
But you know what? And guess what? And Megan is just all natural. She just, I mean, from what I can see, she doesn't have she doesn't have a build a body.
Right.
She doesn't have one of these build a bodies.
That's true. That's true.
Someone posted something on IG today, and I'm trying to think who it was. It wasn't Alexis Sky, and I thought it was Alexis Sky because all their bodies look alike. I mean, all their bodies look alike.
They all go to the same physician. They go to the same people. I want those hips. I want those tits. I want this mouth. I want that ass. And I want... That's it. They go, and just like how the men go to the barbershop, or how they used to go to the barbershop, let me get cut number 1, cut number... That's exactly what they're doing. And they don't look natural anymore. Ain't no way in hell your waist should be snatched and then your hips should be in Zamunda.
It's not even snatched. Someone said this in one of the comment sections, and I was like, you know what? That's what we're going to have to start saying. Not snatched. If I go out there and work my ass off and eat right, and I'm working out, and you say, oh, sis, that body is snatched. Yes, because I snatched it together.
That you did.
Someone said this in the comments today. They said, no, it's not snatched. These people are stitched. I said, that's the word.
Oh, sis, you stitched?
You stitched, girl.
I can't.
I said, that's the word. It's
stitched versus snatched.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have to put a post up about that.
Yes.
I don't know. And not only that, like if you talk to men, you know, in our age range and those who are older than us, they'll tell you they're not attracted to that.
No, they're not.
Like if you've been through some things, like if your body has shown that you've been through life or you've been to the war, you're gonna have some stretch marks. Mm-hmm. You might have a little pudge. Mm-hmm. You might have a little pouch. Mm-hmm. You might have a little love handle here, you know, but this
is real.
Yeah, that's what they want. At least the guys I talk to, my friends.
Even the guys I talk to, as well as when you look on Instagram and you start reading the comments, I mean, there are more men in the comments talking about, you know, these builder bodies and plastic than women.
Builder bodies.
I mean, you know, once upon a time I thought, in some cases it looked cute, but now that it's so extreme and your hips are not matching your legs.
Oh my gosh.
Jesus.
They're built up like Barbie dolls. You remember the Barbie? The Barbie didn't have a waist, and then her hips were like way out. Well, not way out, but there was a big difference between where her hips and her...
Yeah, her waist.
Yeah, her waist and hips. Yeah.
And they said that that if that was a real person, there was no way she could stand. But hell, guess what? They're out here. The Barbies
little thighs.
They're out here.
Little calves. Hell, look at Kim Kardashian. She looks a fucking mess.
They look like ants. That is so true when people say they look like ants.
Oh, gosh, I just had a visual.
They look like ants. I mean, ants have the big top.
Yes.
They have tiny waist.
They do.
And they have that big bottom. And then the little legs. Those are ants.
They do.
Don't call them birds.
Oh, that is so bad.
They're not ducks. They are ants.
Ew.
That's what they are.
I don't know. I don't know when that became cute.
How's that gonna look when you get older? That's what I wonder. What is that gonna look like?
So I watched Spike Lee's She's Gotta Have It on Netflix, the reboot. And if you haven't seen it, I sure hate it for you because I'm about to tell you some spoilers. So last season, there's a character named Shemeka. And Shemeka danced in a club that is owned by Fat Joe's character. And she was obsessed with having this big old butt. And Shemeka went and got illegal butt injections. And somehow Shemeka went for a little bit more. And there was a guy that was handicapped. He was a double amputee as far as his hands were concerned. And he had the hooks. And he like went to grab her ass and her ass exploded. Like on the stage in front of everybody. Like the shit was hilarious. Like hilarious. Well, anyway, season 2, it starts with her barely being able to sit down. Like she's in this hotel room. The lady gives her hydrocodone, and they're telling her, you know, lay down, get undressed. We about to stuff you. Like fix a flat, cement, sticking in her ass. Like you walking around with pounds of cement. Like cement is some heavy shit.
Like, how do you walk around that way? How do you sit down? I remember this picture of Nicki Minaj on stage. And this meme was making the rounds on Facebook, on Instagram. And where she was in a chair. And you could see her butt. It's like, I'm like, okay, that's almost like sitting on a cushion.
Right.
And I'm sitting there thinking, like, does that hurt?
She probably don't have feeling. Probably don't have no feeling at all.
How do you sit on something like that? Why would you even want that in your body? Like, what does that do to the body? What does that do to the bloodstream?
I can imagine. Like, I can only imagine those chemicals. Oh, my gosh.
Can you imagine how that alters the DNA?
Ooh.
That's what I wonder about. Like, all these alterations, does it somehow alter the DNA? Because honestly, you think about it, this is what I do. And I don't know if anyone else does this. But if you line a group of women up, don't show anything from the neck up, could you tell what generation they were from based on their bodies?
Oh, damn.
Because the bodies have evolved. They've changed. They have definitely changed. You think about how long it took us before we got breasts, some of us. And now these little girls, they get them so early.
Oh my God, so early. My nephew's in the 3rd grade. Like his little friends. And I'm like, wait a minute. Wait. Are you serious?
Yes.
Like for some of us, 5th, 6th grade, if not later.
Exactly.
3rd grade. And I'm like, what, you need to have on a bra, darling.
Yes.
And I don't mean a trainer bra, a full bra.
Yeah.
And you just out here. And I'm like, where's your mom? Like, what are you eating? What are they putting in your body?
Exactly. So that's what I look at, because the bodies are different. They are different. You look at different generations and what was considered to be a healthy look or a sexy look. Because I remember when being skinny was the thing to be. I remember starving myself. I remember going on these diets. Even when I got to a size 3-4, to me, I still wasn't small enough. I mean, because being small was a thing. And then, of course, that has definitely changed.
Sure is.
Because now, if you don't, you better have some weight on you.
You better. You better be thick in the ankles. You better be thick in the hips, thick in the ankles, thick somewhere. Somewhere. But you know what? The definition of thick has also changed. Because what was thick at one point was you got a little bit in the middle, you might have some breasts, or you may have a little bit of ass. Mm-hmm. Now they want you to have it all with no waist.
No waist, but you want to have all the breasts. They want you to have hips.
Like, wait a minute, no. That's not how this shit is gonna go. I was always told, and I didn't realize this until maybe about 10 years ago, that a man, you can always tell what a man's gonna like based on his mom and his aunt. Those are the first women that he's introduced to. And those are going to be the women that he's attracted to their body types. And that's exactly what he's going to get. True. And after meeting the last couple of guys I've dated, I paid attention to their mothers. I paid attention to their aunts when I met them. And I'm like, yep, telltale sign. I'm shaped like her. I'm shaped like his mom.
That is a really good point, because you know what? That's an excellent point, because I think about an ex-fiance, and I've said this before, and my idea of what I thought he would be attracted to, and even he said, you know, he thought I was just gorgeous and all this stuff, but then I think about the women that he cheated on me with, and they were all big women. His mom was like over 6 feet, and she was big.
Oh gosh.
So that makes sense to me. It makes sense to me, you know. It's like, and then, you know, I think it's probably like a year and a half ago, I saw him in Walmart. I was going in Walmart, he was coming out, and sure enough, he was with this lady, and she reminded me of the woman he cheated on me with. She was thick all over, head, butt, thighs, stomach, breasts. She was a thick girl. So I'm like, okay, all this time, you know, I'm worried about my weight and keeping myself looking a certain way, and shit, everybody else eating and having a good old time. Look, ain't got a man. but and took mine. So.
But I'm gonna say this, and this is no disrespect to anybody, but do you watch My 600 Pound Life on TLC?
I've watched it a couple times, but I had such a hard time watching it. And these women got men.
Every last one of them.
Especially the women that are one of them featured. All of them have husbands or boyfriends.
Every
that take
last
care of all of them.
One of them. Let me tell you something.
And contributed to the
It's a lot of chubby chasers out there, honey. But that's what I was gonna say. They are always involved with somebody, and I mean, these men are down for it all.
All of it, yes.
You want a cheeseburger today, babe? You want 2 or 3 cheeseburgers? Let me help you feed. Like, what is that?
Fried chicken, and most of these guys are small
as hell.
And I'm sitting there like, okay, I'm about to kill myself trying to be healthy, and cannot find a man.
Listen,
you know,
I just that is crazy to me. That's crazy to me.
It is crazy, and you know what? What I find though, the men that I've met that are into being healthy and gym rats, the ones that I met now, those have been the biggest assholes ever. They have been the biggest assholes, the most arrogant, the most egotistical, and the ones I didn't like them. I did not like them. I can think of at least 3 guys that have tried to talk to me. Now take note, we always talk about our list and our prayers to God. And on my prayer, I want someone who, you know, on my prayer that I prayed, I've even written it down, that who's, you know, health conscious, enjoy being in the gym, you know, looks nice as far as their build. And the ones I've met, I was just literally disgusted with them.
You might want to add in your prayer also, God, that is not an asshole.
That's what I need to add. Because when I think about the guys that I do like, they're not muscular. Some of them have guts. And I've been crazy about them.
I'm laughing because I've seen them. I've witnessed this live and in color.
And people like, Erica, I can't believe you like him.
I mean,
now look at you and look at him.
Listen,
it doesn't matter.
Opposites attract. But you know what? Like, in my early 20s, I liked the athletic build. I wanted you to be like baseball player, you know, type build, or football player build. Now I'm more into football. Like, you got to have a wide back for me. You got to have a wide back. You got to have a playground, honey. If you don't have no stomach, me and you have nothing to talk about. And nothing, absolutely nothing. I don't care how cute your face is. I don't care anything about your personality. If you don't have a stomach, you're just going to be a friend. I'm sorry. I'm going to automatically friend zone you. Because I don't know what it is about the attraction when it comes to stomachs. And let me say how it started. Gerald Levert. I always had a crush on Gerald Levert. Gerald Levert, to me was sexy as hell. And I was like a teen. And then Dave Hollister came out. Let me tell y'all something. Dave Hollister could get it to this day. Pastor Dave Hollister. I might convert and be a first lady for Dave. Okay?
That's so funny to me.
Listen. And then I started dating heavier guys. Like, I've dated a guy with man boobs. Won't do that shit again.
Boobs.
But
the moves.
and you know the crazy thing is, he's very. Remind me to show you a picture afterwards. He's in a group with two of our old colleagues. We'll talk about it after we end this. But he's smaller now. But those boobs didn't disappear.
I guess this is the thing and I know we're gonna get off, but on a different tangent, because now Charlie knows how I feel about moves. And I can say there are some guys that I find attractive, but the moves, I can't seem to get past the moves.
Y'all, she don't want to be looking up at him. That's what the problem is.
For one thing, I mean, I don't want moves like slapping me in the face. I don't know what it is about the moves, the man moves. I think that if a guy loses weight, in some cases those moves are not going to flatten out. And there's a surgery for that, though.
Oh, shame.
And I think in some cases insurance will pay for it. So fellas, if you have moves, check your insurance plans and your coverage and see if you can get that extra skin removed. Because if you've invested all that money into these surgeries or into losing weight and those moves are not going anywhere, go ahead and get that shit cut off. It's just not cool.
Yeah.
It's not cool seeing you in your t-shirts. You lost all this weight, but I can see those moves laying flat.
Nipple just be hard.
Oh gosh. Oh my gosh, Charlie.
Yo, you have to see her like out. Like one of these days, I'm gonna get video because
Jesus, the moves.
It's
Jesus spelled G-E-E-E-E-Z-Z-Z-U-S. Jesus.
I can't. Because I like heavier guys. I don't too much mind them because they haven't been flappy. They haven't been to where they need a bra or they need to bind them.
That's different.
But I've only had that one time in my life, and I vowed I wasn't going to do it again. Because you only have moves in the front and the back. You don't need to be looking that pink character from...
Oh, the pink thing. Oh, is that SpongeBob?
Either SpongeBob or Futurama.
I think it's SpongeBob, that pink thing.
Either way, you don't need to have rolls on top of rolls on top of rolls, and then you got moves. I'm already giving you a pass because I like your stomach, all right? But you need all your weight need to be in your stomach. You need to be able to carry that thing well, okay? And it need to be solid. It don't need to be jiggly. It need to be solid. Like you need to be a good eater. You need to drink a little beer. That's it.
That's cool. I think there's a sense of comfort in that. I think because I like really tall guys, and evidently I like the ones who have some weight on them, a little bit of weight on them, or some weight on them. They have little guts.
I'm actually attracted to dad bods now. I don't know if it's because I'm getting older.
That could be why.
But it's like, okay.
I don't know about the dad bods.
Hey, daddy. Okay.
But, I don't know. I said I'm gonna have to change my prayer.
Please, you got to be very specific.
Something to
it
because,
comma and.
You know, the whole thing with some of these arrogant dudes and my carb intake today was. Guess what? If I'm gonna have a glass of wine, I'm gonna have 2 glasses.
But you know what?
3 glasses.
My experience has been completely different from yours because the guys that I talk to who are in the gym, who are health conscious, who, protein shake this or, meal prep this, or I can only have X amount of carbs a day or whatever have you. They like the big girls that's not in the gym. They like the big girl. I don't know what it is.
That's very interesting because like these dudes I'm talking about, like these dudes do things like, send me a full body picture, and it's not a full body picture because they're looking for like a sex pic. or new. They want to see, okay, you went to the gym last week and this week, let me see if your body has changed.
Oh, they're trying to size you up.
They do stuff like that.
Nah.
That's the kind of stuff that I'm talking about. Like, okay, turn to the side. Let me see. Let me compare the way you looked 2 weeks ago and see if you're making any progress in the gym.
Oh no.
Those are kind of guys.
Nah. See, I don't meet that type. I don't meet that type. And I think I don't meet that type because I already look like a not friendly person. I already have resting bitch face. And I think I already give off asshole in my pheromones, so I think they know, don't approach me.
I'm just wondering if, but then again, I ask myself, am I giving off those type of vibes when I'm in the gym? Because when I'm in the gym, this guy told me one day, he's like, you know what, he said, I've been trying to get the nerve to say something to you. He said, but because when you come in here, he said, you just look so intense.
I've heard you're pretty aggressive. I heard you all about your business, and I heard that when you go in there, you get down. So that might be what it is.
And so that's probably why they probably think that's the way that I am. But I never tell a guy, let me look at, but you know what? That's a good point because there's one guy who I've always worked out with. I've used to work out with him in the past, who we used to date. But he'll send me his progress in the gym. He'll say, look at my chest, how big it's getting. And I'm still looking at the picture like, I never even noticed that it's smaller. Look how big my biceps have gotten. And I'm sitting there like, I don't give a damn if your biceps are, look, if anything, they're way too big. You know, when your back is looking like, you know those, like when you go parasailing or you go sailing and that, like wings at the top.
Yeah.
I don't think it's attractive. When your back is like way out here, then you have this small V waist.
Yeah, like you're an inverted triangle.
Yeah,
like,
I don't like that.
Nah.
I do not like that. And I don't think that's sexy at all. So, yeah, give me the tall, chunky guy.
You know, I'm more into arms.
Ooh, I like nice arms. Not overly muscular, though.
I'm more into arms. You about to walk away with the mic? Oh. I'm more into arms because I think that, first of all, y'all, I'm short, okay?
Yes,
so, y'all probably gonna be the first one I'm admit
I'm
that
tall, but I'm not too much tall.
I'm 5'2" and some change, right? My ID say I'm 5'3", but I'm 5'2" and some change, and I'm short and round, and I have a complex.
What complex do you have?
Girl, I like big things and tall things. Okay, I got the complex.
Okay, that's not unusual though for short girls to like tall guys.
But matter of fact, I don't think I've ever dated a guy that's been real tall. They've been taller than me. To me, that's tall.
There's a lot of people that's taller than you.
Well, see, here you go with the fuckery. Here you go with the jokes and shit. But I think the tallest guy I've ever dated probably was like 5'8". I don't think I've dated anybody 6 feet plus.
Child,
but to me, that's huge.
What?
I'm 5'2" with some change. That's huge. In my heels, I might be 5'6".
There better be a tree talking to me.
See, I'm afraid of heights, and I got a bad knee. You know, me crawling up on high stuff, tall stuff, knees get a little wobbly, get a little weak. I ain't gonna be able to do it. I'm sorry, I ain't gonna be able to do it. But you know, the crazy thing, my grandma is probably 5 feet, because I can look over her head. My granddaddy is like 6+, and I mean,
what you see, though.
Probably like 6'5".
My grandmother was, she was a short. I don't know if my grandmother was like 4'9" or 5, but my grandfather was over 6 feet. Even the guy that she cheated on my grandfather with was tall.
Hey, Grandma.
He was over 6 feet as well. So she liked tall men as well.
The crazy thing is, my mom was a tall one. My dad's not. My dad is short. He might be like 5'7". My mom is like, shit. My mom might be like 5'9", 6 feet.
Your mom don't look that tall to me though.
Well, shit, she taller than me. I'm 5'2". Well, but my dad is taller than my mom. So if my dad's not 5'8", hell, he might be 5'6", 5'7". My mom might be 5'9". 5'8", 5'9". I know my mom not towered, but when you put them together, it was like she could look down on him instead of looking at his eyes.
People.
However,
which I can't say much. My family, we short.
I'm the shortest but besides my grandma, I'm the shortest out of my family. That's okay because, you know, shit grow until the shit get perfect. So at this point, that's where I am. And at me if you want to, but be prepared. Be prepared for what I got to say when you at me. But I don't have a problem with being short. You know, people like, oh, you short, and what?
You know
And
what? For the longest, I had a huge problem with being short. I'm 5'5" and 3/4.
y'all hear this bullshit? And 3/4.
And 3/4. I never leave out the 3/4 because I won't get that 5'6". But I used to wear heels all the time. All the time I wore heels. And I remember when in my former life when I was in senior management, and I had people that told me how they found me so intimidating. And then one day in my department, I took my shoes off. And one of the young ladies said, "Oh my God." She was like, "I'm really taller than you."
Watch your mouth, girl.
She goes, "Oh my God."
You cussing at me. Watch your mouth.
She said, "Oh my God, I am so intimidated by you because you're like an alpha female and you make me so nervous, but you're so short."
And
Girl, when I say I ran back in my office so fast to put those heels on so I could put her in her place.
listen,
Look, get back in your place.
it would have been F these heels. Let me go. Look down at me so I can tell you what you need to know while you're looking down.
But I've had people tell me that. A good friend of mine, J. Michael, if you're listening, J. Michael,
Hey, J. Michael.
I always thought I was taller as well. And I had my shoes off. We were talking. He was like, "Oh my God, Erica." He said, "I didn't know you was that short." So of course, I'm feeling some kind of way because you know, in my mind, I'm like 5'8", 5'9".
Oh, okay. Y'all shain't over there.
I'm not. And when we went to the hemp festival, when I was
gosh.
and I even made a comment. I was like, "Oh my God."
You short too?
I said, "I'm short like y'all."
Yeah.
You and Kay.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Yes. You a part of the Munchkin Club. Don't even cut up. Don't even act like, yeah.
See,
We had fun down here though.
Oh, we had a great time at the hemp festival.
Let me tell y'all something, and this is crazy because you know how we like to switch conversations and subjects and so forth. So we gonna segue onto this hemp thing.
Oh gosh.
First of all, so one of our plans is to become involved in the green rush in some way, shape, form, right?
Right.
So this latest, if you know anything about me and Phoenix, we take an idea, we see an idea, and we run the hell on with it, okay?
Yes.
And we're not satisfied until the idea is here and we bring that bitch to fruition.
Yes.
So at this point right now, the bone that we're carrying is this good hemp farm. So any workshop or activity or whatever comes here, we're there. So we go to Folly Beach, was it?
Folly Beach.
We go to Folly Beach a couple of months ago for this hemp fest.
It's last month, not a couple months.
Last month?
April 20th.
Oh, okay.
420.
Excuse me. Last month. On 420. There you go. See, when you're short, sometimes your memory a little short too. And we go, you know, we already expected to be one of the only blacks, which we probably were 3 of the 6, 3 of the 7
Wasn't that many?
in attendance, which is cool. We don't have no problem because we can turn it on, turn it off. And in addition to being accosted by a crackhead,
that was funny. Y'all check it out. Is it on the
oh god,
Brown Bees
absolutely
Apothecary page?
not. No.
On Instagram?
And,
Go to Instagram.
and if I
on
see
Brown
it,
Bees
if I see it, I'm
Apothecary on
reporting the bitch.
Instagram.
If I see it, I'm reporting it and
It's
taking
on
the shit
there,
down.
because I posted it on there.
The first of all, we need to be more involved in the hemp space. Period. We need to be more involved in the cannabis space. Period.
Absolutely.
Because we're not going to get any reparations anytime soon.
Nope.
Okay. We also need to stop asking for access. We need to start taking
access
and creating our own access. In addition to that, we need to understand that there's a space for us in the cannabis industry in anything that you do. Be it you are a marketer, or you are a processor, you're a chef, or you are a consultant, or you're a beauty maven, or
you're trading stocks.
Right.
You're doing.
Anything that you're doing right now, I guarantee there's a space for you in the hemp industry. Shit, in the cannabis industry, period.
Beauty and health industry.
Listen,
big time.
Hell, you can even go and you can cut down the buds. All you need is some gloves and a pair of shears. Like, there's
Every
something
part
for
of the
you,
plant
right,
is useful
to be able to do. So One of the things that did not surprise me was that there was only one black vendor. One. Okay, out of the, what you would say, 15 or so?
Gosh, yes.
15 or so vendors.
Yeah.
They had everything out there from, like we said, beauty products to hemp honey to
what is it, kombucha?
that damn
the smoking the flour.
The smokable hemp flour, the edibles, the granola, the cookies,
Yes.
the beer.
Yes.
First of all, the beer was disgusting.
It was really strong.
The granola was disgusting. I think it was burnt. But those edibles, though, let me tell y'all something.
We can say that Charli enjoyed the edibles.
Okay, so confession. This is transparent time. I've never smoked weed. I've never done any drugs other than what was prescribed to me from a physician. I think I've had Vicodin maybe once and didn't like the way it made me feel. Like, I don't like that loopy la 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 feel. I like to be in control of everything that I've got going on. So I've never smoked weed because I have big lips. And I always
doesn't have big lips, but go ahead.
I have full lips.
Full.
When I grew up, they were called big lips. So whatever. I have full lips. Because right now you hoes got, right now you women have, y'all got a lot of collagen and you got a lot of fillers in your lips.
She has the lips that I want, because mine.
Listen, you know I have a big bottom lip. My bottom lip hangs. It's got a little hanger to it.
They don't.
Look, when your lipstick gets on the bottom of your chin when you're eating, it hang a little bit. Well, anyway, forget that.
Mine's so small, mine don't hang at the bottom. They get on my teeth.
She
get on my teeth. But go ahead.
She don't have beige people lips, y'all. I promise you, she don't. She don't have monkey lips.
They ain't far from it. Anyway, go ahead.
I forgot what we was talking about. Oh, anyway,
yeah, she got
the edible.
She got really friendly.
So anybody who knows me know that one, I'm a friendly person if I know you, but it's gonna take me a minute to get to know you. Like, I gotta pick up on your vibe. Your aura has to match mine. Like, if I'm gonna sit around you for a couple of times and then we gonna decide if me and you gonna be cool or not, right?
That's why y'all need to see this video. Of
no, you
her
don't. No, you don't.
And the Geechee guy.
No, you don't.
Because I'm telling you, this was after she had consumed the edibles. Because there's
the honey,
no way, and
the granola,
and because there's no way in hell this guy would have gotten close to her if, let's say, consuming the edibles, because he probably would have gotten, as she would put in her voice, the business.
Y'all, let me tell you,
she entertained him.
I
laughed,
did,
and I promise y'all, I was recording, but I was sitting there looking like
the hell.
Oh, she getting ready to go in on him.
The hell,
but, honey, she was laughing, she was smiling,
giggling and cackling and shit.
Entertained this guy. And I was in shock. That's probably why I couldn't stop recording, because so unlike her. This is somebody who only like to be touched. Well,
first of all, no, I do not. Okay,
So,
I value my personal space. I don't really care who it is. I value my personal space, and I'm working on being more affectionate. Okay, that is whatever. Again, we're still in our transparent moment. But this guy had the worst
up to her and rub her shoulder
skin.
Like
don't put your hand on my leg and let's no.
Yeah, he had, did he have like eczema or something?
It was worse.
Yeah, it was pretty raw.
And first of all, he was Geechee. Like, if you've never spoken to someone who speaks that Geechee gullah, like, if you don't know it, you're gonna be so lost. And I guess because my nephew is from Charleston and some of his people speak it, I was able to pick up on some of it, but that shit was thick. It was real thick. And he was like, you know that Geechee guy, they getting out.
He didn't call you Sierra.
I don't know, something food.
Anyway, it's on the video.
Something food. Don't search for this
page.
video, because I'm gonna go in there tonight
it's so funny.
I'm gonna go in there tonight, delete shit. But y'all, so the edible, again, I've always wanted to try them because, you know, of course you have to try your product, right? You know, you got to make sure, look, you know, research and development. And we had an edible, and I was like, there's no way in hell this is the 0.3% THC. Ain't no way.
Yeah, so you can imagine if she got anything over
ain't no way
3% THC, she probably done.
When I say like instant euphoria, like everything was unicorns and rainbows and glitter.
She was very, very calm
and
just giggly. And smiling.
But the crazy thing is, I'm giggly around my friends. I think I'm a very fun person once you get to know me. If I like you, let me put that on it. If I like you, I don't like a lot of people. So, but when I called my homeboy to tell him about it, when I got back, he was like, "Yo, I don't know what you took, but you were very giddy. Like, I've never seen you like this. I've known you for a while."
She was definitely very giddy.
Let's just say we bought some, brought them home. I still have some on my desk. However, we say all of that to say there's a space for you in this industry, period. Like, they're talking about, social equity. They're talking about inclusion. At this point, listen.
There's no reason for you not to be involved.
Right. Like, at this point, if you have been affected in terms of you've been incarcerated because you've dealt or you've carried or whatever, you've had cannabis or some form of it in your possession, you need to be investing in cannabis in some way, shape, form, or fashion.
Take back what has been taken from you.
Right. Like, especially if you live in a southern state to where they're not going to overturn these convictions, like Washington and, all these other western states. Mm-hmm. That shit's never going to happen here, period. Them good old boys don't want you guys to overturn a conviction. What they want to do is they want to reward their counterparts for selling the same shit that you down for.
That's right.
I read an article this morning where this one guy's been in prison for 25 years.
Is that the one who has life?
For selling the 3 pounds to the undercover
I know there's a guy
officer
who actually has life in prison, and they're working on trying to get him out. So how do you legalize it? And there's someone in prison serving life. Come on, that's
ridiculous.
If it was so bad, if it was such a bad,
right,
air quotes, drug, it would still be bad.
Exactly.
Okay, so
first of all, you can't overdose on weed. No. You can't. If anything,
you probably fall asleep before you do it.
That's what I'm about to say. Either you're gonna be asleep, or you're gonna be hungry as hell, or you're gonna be really chill, like really mellow. Like, there's no way in hell you're out here robbing, killing, raping, and stealing all this extracurricular shit, unless you got some extra shit added to your joint, right?
Exactly. It's been laced with something, right, or some sort of synthetic form of marijuana.
Right.
But even aside from that, we're talking about hemp. Hemp can be used for fibers, which that's a whole different discussion.
Biofuel. BMW is using hemp in their doors now, like a fucking car door.
Exactly, because it's so strong. It's the strongest fiber out there. So if you are listening, do your research. If you have land, if you're in the city and you have a relative that left you some land in the country,
and you don't know what to do with it,
look,
bingo.
Think about farming hemp. We met a older lady. She retired from the railroad.
Yes.
She has a younger son.
Yes.
And evidently he talked to her about using the land that's just been sitting there. She didn't do anything with the land. She's been working all her life, an older lady. Been working all her life.
Like, just retired. Fresh retirement.
And she's been sitting on all this land for all these umpteen years. And I think her son got her, gave her some information about farming hemp, and they were out at a workshop that me and Charli participated in. And I'm telling you, there is something for you.
Like,
stop wanting to get an immediate payoff. That's how you start to build wealth. We have to stop looking out for us for right now and think about the coming generations.
Right.
That's how I look at it. I don't want the generations coming after me to struggle. But don't have anything.
But you know what? When it comes to that instant gratification that you just mentioned, right? You can actually get instant gratification from the hemp industry if you're in the right sector of the hemp industry.
And that's true too.
If you're investing, you can get a return on your investment from dividend stock. Or if you purchase, if you have land, like you said, you can lease your land to a farmer to where they're paying you monthly rent, or you can get a percentage of their crop. If any of you have researched it, you know that the hemp plant needs to be pulled within 90 days anyway.
Within 3 months.
That's 3 damn months.
Look, we met these guys, what is it? Brackish.
Yeah.
And they leased over 80 acres of land.
80 acres for 5 years.
You think about it. There was this person who had all this land that was just sitting there.
Mm-hmm.
he was doing nothing with, and they leased those acres, and they're paying him. So now he's getting paid for land that was just sitting there.
Sleep coin, just here you go, have free reign of my land. Beautiful land too.
Beautiful land.
And the crazy thing is, when you think of hemp farm, at least me, when I thought of hemp farm, I'm thinking way down deep in the country.
Yeah.
Behind some fences, to where nobody would be able to know this shit was in the city limits.
They even have they had some of the stuff they planted was like in the urban part of the city.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's hemp. What we've learned is hemp can grow in just about any type of condition,
right?
Except just water.
Well, first of all, we're not even gonna talk about that.
Yeah, we won't talk about that. But anyway.
I mean, it's so many different things to learn. Like that there's a female and a male plant, and then you've got the plants that are clones to where they're not female, they're not male, and it's just like, wait a minute, wait, what?
So many different ways. If you don't have a farm, you can grow stuff inside.
Right.
In the bag. I mean, there's so much that you can do, and I would encourage all of you to, get involved. In some kind of way.
There you go, some way, shape, form, or fashion. Be it do something, because at this point in time, we have to make sure that we are taking care of ourselves, and like Phoenix said, creating generational wealth. In addition to that, what better industry to create generational wealth in than the industry that has locked up so many of our black and brown brothers and sisters?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Like, cannabis is where it is. In addition to that, that's a fucking slap in the face when you see these beige ones out here and they're making millions and billions of dollars to where, but wait a minute, to where they can't even put their money in the bank because the banks won't even, it's not federally legal. Because it's not legal federally, they can't put this money in the bank. So what they're doing is they're burying money in fields. They're burying money and they're taking it cross country, and they're trying to, put it in other areas and other avenues to be able to get their money. This shit not insured. Like, you can't go to the bank and say, oh shit, I sold all of my I stole all of my weed, in Oregon. Like, Oregon's got an overproduction of weed at this point. They don't know what the fuck to do with it. It's sitting in trailers.
Yeah, Oregon's doing a whole lot.
Like, it's so many things you can do in this industry, and it makes me sick to go to these workshops, and it makes me sick to sit on these conference calls, and I'm the only black one there. In addition to that, I'm the only black woman in the building. Mm-hmm. For Charli, I'm Charli. For Phoenix and I to go to the hemp workshop, it was the girl who was driving Uber, the girl with the nappy hair,
couple, the black woman,
her,
yeah,
the lady we just talked about,
yeah, her,
and the lady who sat in front of us with the old farmers. So we looking at 7 black women?
Yep.
And it's like 60, 70 of us out there.
So many white men. So it was a lot of white men, a lot of black women.
Yeah. Not a lot of white women were out there. It was some. It was some.
Not a lot of black men.
But at this point, it's just like, we need to be able to get this information, and we need to be able to make this shit our own, period. And that's all that we're trying to do as friends and as an investment club. Like, look, we need to be able to have our hand in all this shit.
Do you remember that this lady asked one of the guys with brackets, she asked him, like, how much can you get paid for maybe like 2,000 pounds of hemp? When he said $100,000, I about fell over.
Let me tell you something. In your studies, you're gonna find that you can make $3,000 to $5,000 per acre.
Yes,
that's even unprocessed.
Even more than that, because in some cases you can make $30,000 to $60,000 per acre.
And see, here's the thing. Again, that goes into what you're planning, why you're planning it, because you could be planning it for fiber, you could be planning it for biomass, you could be planning it for biofuel, you could be planning it for smoke, you could be planning it for CBD. So it really just depends on what the reason you're planning it, how much you can make. And
it's gonna look different, because the ones that for fiber, they are much taller.
Yeah.
Than just the ones for like CBD oil that most of us have heard about, most of you have heard about. But
it's
just like Charli said, there is something for everyone, and this is the green rush. This is the green rush. And I'm telling you, what they said about 2020,
oh, God.
It's going to be a $22 billion industry. I mean, right now, I think they're trying to get the processing of hemp as fiber legalized here in South Carolina. I think that's what they said, right?
That's what they were saying, yeah.
I mean, can you just imagine the amount of money that you can make off of that?
Let me tell y'all something. First of all, y'all don't know me, but let me let you in on a little something. I do not like the heat. I do not like the dirt. But I will wear me a motherfucking farmer's hat. I will wear these farmer brown boots. I will get these nails dirty. Okay, not dirty, dirty. I will be in the field, swinging them Negro spirituals and my machete.
This workshop we went to, it wasn't just like, let's sit down and have a conversation.
Hell no.
We were all in greenhouses. We went on the farm. Let me tell you, I had my cute little black sandals.
Toes toe up.
And had already had a pedicure and all. When I say my feet and my cute little sandals were dirty.
Y'all. She go out there trying to be cute and shit, right? We out here on the damn farm. We picking hemp plants and shit.
No, but
in the dirt.
Charli didn't tell me we were going to be out on the farm.
Because I didn't know.
Look, her shoes were quite dusty themselves.
But I had on sneakers.
No, they were not just regular sneakers.
No, they
were
weren't.
Like
they weren't.
Little boat shoes.
Little kickabouts.
Like Vans or something like that. That's what she had on. They went from blue
to dusty.
We were sinking down in the ground and all.
Yo, like to know that the female plant is the alpha. In the hemp industry.
Yes,
like if you smoking weed, if you smoking the buds, that is a female plant, period. The male plant can only provide you with other male seeds to do hemp. Not hemp, to do biofuel, fiber, things of that sort, right? So then again, it lets you know the female's shit, period.
Female is the
period.
bomb.
But for real, y'all, like we got to find somebody in the space that's black to come on and to talk to us about this green rush in all aspects, so that you guys can understand what you're up against and to understand where you need to be
and
in this space
and things like that. You just can't just start growing it.
No.
So
don't do
think
that.
You can go out there and just find some seeds.
We're gonna try this again. Do not think that you can go out and plant in your backyard, okay, on your porch,
and it's okay, because it's not.
It's not. That shit is not legal, okay? Don't do that. And don't say Charli and Phoenix told you, because no, we didn't tell you shit like that. What we said was, do your research, all right?
Do your research.
I got to put that out there for the turners.
Look, get ready for it. And all of you out there who are investing in all these bundles and all this name brand stuff, if you have $300,
baby,
to invest, get you a share of Apple. Get you a share of Amazon. Get you a share of Google. Get you a share of Alphabet. Because come on, what's your retirement plan? What is your retirement plan? That's something we're going to talk about in another episode. But that's something that's just near and dear to my heart, to our heart. In fact, that was one of the things that we talked about when we started this. We want you to know what you can do with your extra dollars. In some cases, it's not even your extra dollars. You're using dollars that's supposed to be going to rent.
Let me tell y'all
and
something.
Light bills.
First of all,
these bundles and shit.
We've been investing for the last 2 years.
2 years.
The last 2 years.
It's 2.5 years. Almost 2.5 years now.
Let me tell y'all that. First of all, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm like a struggling fucking artist. Okay. I don't make no money, so don't ask me for shit. I don't make no money. All right. But we've done pretty well this last 2.5 years. We could have done a whole lot better had we sat down and we've been studious about what we needed to do. But for us to just sit back and let our money work for us, I think we've done damn good.
Absolutely.
I think so.
Absolutely.
Now, the last part of 2019 up into 2020, oh, we on it, baby. We on it.
I'm telling y'all, because these companies are not, when I think about the company I work for, people are talking about retirement or when they retire, but this company don't give you any retirement benefits. You can take what's in your 401k And if you have anything in your 401k, because most of us are dipping and dabbling in our 401k just to live and make it. So what are you going to do when you can't work anymore, when it's time to retire? I mean, I'm sorry, but I'm not the one who wants to be sitting there working, being a greeter at Walmart. No offense to the greeters out there. That's your thing. But there are things that I want to do. There are a couple of businesses that I would like to open. And with BGIC and what we're doing, we're looking to expand. So we're talking about generational wealth. When we leave here, guess what? Our families should have something to carry on with.
First of all.
And we can travel when we get older. When we, me, Charlie, and Kay, go someplace and sit down and have some good old wine.
Let me tell you something. Stella ain't gonna have shit on me, okay? Stella ain't gonna have a damn thing on me. I'm gonna have all the Winstons, okay?
I'm gonna go get me one of these ant bodies. I'm gonna get an ant body. I'm gonna have some breasts and a stitched up waist and a big booty.
Listen.
You ain't gonna call me snatched. You like she is well stitched. Yes, I'm gonna be stitched, honey.
I can't.
The only thing that I don't want to stitch up and have all the stuff is to my face, because that shit.
Don't they look crazy?
For all you who've gotten it, that shit looks horrible.
But you know what? If you're gonna get it, all right, they look bad. But if you're gonna get it, you got to be like the Jacksons, and everybody got to go to the same position. Everybody has to have the same little bit of nose. Everybody has to have the same bubbles looking lips. Like if you're gonna do it, you got to do it that way.
I'm just saying, don't do it. Just don't do it. Because some of my good girlfriends out there that I've always thought was so beautiful.
Oh shit.
Vivica, I love you. But you look older.
Vivica retweets us all the time. Don't talk shit about Vivica.
Okay, well Vivica, you cool, but don't do it no more. Because you beautiful and
you know what? 50 mess Vivica head up. Oh shit.
Stop doing the fillers. Because girl, you are beautiful. Your mom looks absolutely gorgeous. I just don't want us to have all that stuff. And you look. I love Joan Rivers. I thought she was hilarious.
Joan looked a mess.
Well, I love Joan Rivers.
Golly.
And Joan would talk, and the way her mouth would move, and her eyebrows didn't move, her eyes didn't crinkle.
Wendy looks a mess. Wendy looks more like a man now than she did before.
I know. You know what? I saw some old pictures of Wendy when she was doing mostly radio.
Shit.
Wendy was cuter then.
Wendy now has a face for radio, and if y'all should know what that means. Wendy now has a face for radio.
She might make me pee on myself, y'all.
Yeah,
she said she has a face for radio. It took me like 2.3 nanoseconds for that to sink in.
Wendy now has a face for radio. Like Wendy is too top heavy. Like Wendy's a prime example of getting your tits done and not getting your foundation, your roots done, because your roots have to be able to support you. Her legs look like damn chicken sticks.
This is what I don't understand. Because there's another I can't think of her name. Oh, Sherry.
Sherry Shepherd.
Sherry Shepherd. I'm sorry, y'all. When y'all start losing all that weight or having work done, have a breast reduction, okay? Because having all those breastises, it just doesn't look right when your body is going straight down. Even though it's thin,
teeter-totter,
it's going straight down, and you have these big breasts.
And you wear it. First of all, you big breast women, y'all better go out here and get measured. Not measured professionally. You understand what I'm saying? In addition to that, stop wearing these cone ass Madonna bras. I'm so sick of y'all pointing at me when you be out in public. Stop pointing at me, goddammit. You put these titties up under your damn arms and call it a day. Go get you a minimizer or go get you the proper goddamn size bra. You out here wearing these padded bras, talking about you in a size C and a D when you ought to be in a fucking F.
This is my thing. If you're gonna be out there getting work done, get a body that is natural.
It looks realistic. It looks, yes.
Like Rihanna. That's my girl. I love Riri. Riri body is just nice. It's natural. When she goes braless, it's fine. It's fine. Her breast just sits there. I heard
the trick was to get the implant under the muscle. Not on top, but under the muscle.
I don't know where it's at, but let me tell you something. I don't want my breasts up to my chin. Although I doubt if I can get them up there. Because they're not that big.
With a good bra, you sure can.
Well,
with a good bra.
I don't want them way up there anyway. I think that looks ridiculous to have your breasts almost chin heights. I think that looks absolutely ridiculous.
Put them under your neck. I'm sorry.
First of all, I may start hitting myself because I think something's on my chest.
Yo, you stupid.
Get out the way. Get out the way.
Okay, you can tell the wine has finally kicked in.
Look, I just can't do it. I mean, y'all, come on. Getting back to what is natural and what is real. At least let it look real. I mean, some of y'all, when y'all get old, child, Lord have mercy, I want to see it.
The problem is we might have to define what's real, because their perception may be a little off, because what they may think is real may be Kardashian. What we may think is real might be how grandma and mama and them look.
Okay, this is my thing. This is what's real. Take away the implants. That means butt implants, breast implants,
cheek implants.
Take that away, and that's what's left is what's real. That's what's real.
Oh, God.
So just imagine if y'all had to get those things taken out of your butt and your tits. Just imagine what the hell you gonna do? You got all that excess skin because the skin has stretched to accommodate that. That shit is just gonna flop.
Let me say this to you.
Damn.
Black women and other women that you know that may be listening, welcome. Okay? But this is my message to you, sis. You are beautiful just the way you are. If you don't have no ass, embrace it. It's okay. You can still wear booty shorts. He just gonna he like the fact that you ain't got no little, you ain't got no ass.
Thank you. First of all, if there's a he in your life, he met you with your flat ass.
He or she, it don't matter.
That's how they met you.
Not only that, when you slap it all sounds the same. When you slap it all sounds the same. Be it you're in the air, you're under the air, you're on top, you're on the bottom. It don't matter. The shit all sound the same, okay? So you ain't gotta have no ass. And the way they making these jeans now, girl, everybody got ass in a good pair of Fashion Nova jeans, all right?
That's true.
Everybody got a good ass. But not only that, everybody can't have ass. Everybody can't have big tits. You can't have both. Like, I got a homegirl now that's got hips, ass, and tits. And I'm like, wait a minute, where all this shit come from? Like, you not supposed to have all three.
First of all, you have to decide. Because when I look at, with me, now Charli tell you I'm always constantly talking about health and losing weight and all this stuff. But then I look at myself, I'm like, okay, I like the fact that my hips are getting just a little bit bigger. But I have to also accept the fact that, okay, with the bigger hips, my thighs are getting a little bit thicker too.
Child.
So you have to make a decision. I mean, what do you want? Now, if I want to get down and lose weight, I have to accept the fact that my ass gonna look smaller, my thighs gonna look thinner, and nothing bouncing.
Listen,
it's just not going to. I mean, if I'm gonna be natural, now I can always go and say, well, let me work some good old OT and go ahead and get stitched up.
But you know what's crazy? This shit is not like cosmetic surgery is not as expensive as people want you to believe. Like, you can get a breast implants for like $6,000.
Hell, you can get
finance them shits.
You can get it financed. In fact, when I went to the dentist, they were talking about there is just one little space in my mouth. They were telling me to get an implant for one tooth in the back of my mouth.
Anybody can look in the back of your
And they gave me this form. It was like, you can get it financed. And this card is for health related things or cosmetic surgery. And I'm sitting there like, I thought about it for a minute. I was like, that means I can get stitched. Because really, I'm not a type of person. I'm not a breast person. So I don't want like I keep saying, I don't want my breasts hitting my chin. I don't think that's attractive. I'm not comfortable with that. So I would not get a breast job. Maybe I get a little stomach job. I get a little mini tuck or something like that. Get rid of some of these extra love handles. But then I thought about it. I was like, you know what? No, I'm not gonna get in debt for vanity reasons.
That's it.
If I have the extra money. Which many of us don't have the extra money.
There you go.
But if I had the extra money, that probably would be something that I would do. But then I have to ask myself, am I that dissatisfied with my body that I would want to even invest that much money when I can use that money
to do some other shit with?
There you
go.
That's going to make me more money.
That part.
So, you know what? And that could be something, if you're sitting right now and your bank account is on wow, then you know what? You can do all that little stuff right there. But if your bank account is not on wow, then I recommend that you don't do that type of stuff. Just eat right, exercise, and you'll be just fine. I'm sorry, but I know I don't want to look like an ant.
I don't have nothing to say on this part. I mean, I ain't never had no ass, so, and I got like a hip. I don't have a set of hips. I got a hip, one. I'll wear a girdle in a minute.
Yes, that's the thing. I would not.
I'll wear a girdle in a minute.
I wear some Spanx. I ain't wearing no girdle.
But it's not often that I go somewhere to where I need to dress up to where I'm I need to be snatched into an outfit. Because I like to be comfortable as all hell. You never know what the fuck gonna go down. But I have more breasts than I have ass, and if the outfit permits, they gonna be up under my neck. Absolutely, yes, because they pretty.
She want them up there. I don't want mine up there.
They not gonna stay though, because as soon as I take that bra off, they falling right back where the fuck they supposed to be.
Mine just fall right there where it's supposed to fall at. If y'all can see
y'all, you gotta see her right now. You gotta see her right now. I can't. Like I said, the wine. What is this?
Duplin.
Hatteras Red is really kicked in. Yeah. But
Duplin, we just gave y'all a shout out.
Yeah, we need to go to the winery too this summer. That's the trip we need to plan. Yeah, as a matter of fact, we need to plan that. But what else? So we briefly touched on sexuality in the church. We talked about twerking. Let me back to twerking real quick. Let me go back there. Have y'all seen the video of the young lady twerking at her son's graduation? I'm assuming it's a boy because of the name that was called. Yes. Twerking at the son's graduation. The video is around Facebook. If I can find it, I'll post it next week on our Instagram page. But as they're calling his name, she does an all-out twerk. And I don't mean like she's dressed nice. I mean she's dressed like she's going to the club to make a couple of dollars. And it's like
she has everything: tits, ass, and stomach, and thighs.
Yeah, at her son's graduation, and she is bunked over, like she ready to pay them bills, and Mr. is coming.
Mr. Security.
And she's twerking, and they're loud, and her party and her family and friends are egging her on. That shit is traumatizing. 1, 2. That's supposed to be an honorable type of event. You got a lot of kids that don't make it to high school.
And the focus should be on him, not
right. Her. I don't care how much problems this boy has given you. I don't care what you've been through in your life. I don't care if you got pregnant as a teen or whatever I don't care what the circumstances are. Do not take the spotlight off of your son at this joyous occasion because you want to sit there and twerk. Do that shit at the after party at the house. Don't embarrass him in front of all these other people.
Until Charli said it was a male child, I didn't know if it was male or female. All I knew it was her in this orange or burnt orange jumpsuit, twerking all over the place.
Y'all, the shit is ridiculous, and
it's embarrassing.
She has to be on that good do better sis. Like that shit is ridiculous. Like first of all, I can't be friends with somebody like that because you're not gonna embarrass me as my friend, and you damn sure not gonna embarrass your child out here in these streets.
No,
on some bullshit
they
like
said
that.
She had 8 children. She went through all kind of stuff. I don't care if you have one child and went through hell and back. That gives you no excuse to just show out at such a pivotal point in your child's life. That's one of those one of those accomplishments in your child's life. Right. You don't take that away from them. You don't take the focus off of them. You sit there, you feel your pride, you clap. You can sit there and think about all that you've gone through. But when people see you doing stuff like that, they don't see what all you've gone through and what all you've dealt with.
That's it.
They see just a ghetto hot ass mess. So you better sis on that.
I mean, not only that, even with the principal who made the rule about about not showing up to the school in your bonnet and your pajamas. First of all, y'all gotta stop that shit. Those bonnets are made for bed or the house only. Don't walk out the damn house and leave your damn car with the goddamn bonnet on your head.
And no one should have No one should have to make a rule about that.
Not only that, that shit should not have made national goddamn news.
Do you remember? Do you look at some of the old pictures from back in the day, and you see how the women would leave the house with their hair done, a dress on, their purse, and I'm like, did they dress like that every day?
Yes, my grandma did it. My paternal grandma did it. Let me tell you something. Full face of makeup, powder every goddamn wear, girdle, Madonna bra, skirt, slip, stockings, heels, dress, snatched, perfume. You can smell her from room to damn room. You know her ass been there because you can smell her. My grandma didn't go to the grocery store, to the church, to the lodge, to wherever if she was not fully dressed. Okay?
Absolutely.
In the damn house, it didn't matter if she was expecting anybody. If somebody came to that door, honey, that frock came off, that full face came on, and the good Sunday go to meeting clothes came on. We don't do that shit.
No, I don't. Honestly, like my grandmother raised me, and I can't recall her having on any type of headdress when people were coming over. And y'all have to remember, if y'all listened to us in the past, remember my great-grandmother was a bootlegger, so that was her little business. She had a juke joint and she had a little candy store in the back of the house. So every day she was, she had work.
That's a brand. She had to represent a brand.
Even though, like the candy store, it was part of the house, she did not have on like house clothes, like bonnets and headdresses and house coats. She got every single day and got dressed.
Well, the thing that kills it is if you're gonna go out in a head scarf, make it presentable. They got head wraps now that you can put a ball in the front, a ball in the back. Like look like something. Wipe the sleep out your eye. Put some gum in your mouth if you decided not to brush your teeth and look like fucking something. You're out here embarrassing your damn churn. Not your children, your churn.
And going to the school like that.
And not only that, do you have the audacity to pop shit when you get to the school? That's not how you do this.
To yourself.
That's not how you do this. Stop embarrassing your children. These are traumatizing times for your children. And y'all going up to the school looking a damn mess, acting an even bigger mess.
And want someone to take you seriously.
Now, first of all, we're not doing that. And we're going to discuss that further in the next episode, as we're going to discuss. Y'all ready for this? The black women's role in the destruction of the black family.
Ooh, I cannot wait for that episode.
Don't roll your damn eyes. Ooh. Don't look at the speaker like we're crazy. We said it. The black woman's role in the destruction of the black family. You know why we got to talk about it? Because we're on this quest to help you as well as ourselves to do better. And if we're not gonna point the mirror at ourselves, we can't do this shit to you, right?
That's right. We have to come within.
Yeah.
Not without.
Come on now.
It's time to come back to within, and I cannot wait for that episode. Y'all, that episode is going to be so fire.
I think it's going to have to be a series because I do not think we're able to squeeze in what we need to squeeze in for like an hour and a half, 2 hours. Because shit, we already at an hour and 17 minutes right now. Like, it's going to have to be a series of episodes. And with that, I think we're going to try to change the format a little to where we want you to be involved in the conversation live to see what you think about it. Because I know some of y'all looked at the phone like, what the hell? What they're gonna talk about? What? My role in destruction of the black family? Yeah, we all play a role in it. Absolutely, we all play a role in it.
Oh my gosh, I cannot wait for the episode. That's gonna be such a great episode. That's gonna be, and we're gonna take off the gloves.
Have to.
It's gonna be hard hitting. It's gonna be painful.
It is what it is.
It's gonna be, we have to face it. We have to face reality.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be good. But you know what? It's like a tear down to build up.
That's it.
So,
we going to do, for y'all who watch Iyanla, we going to pull the one of them Iyanlas on you. Iyanla does all that extracurricular bullshit and then she turn around, beloved, let me take, no. We going to get you together. We can get you together. This is going to
be good, y'all. This is going to be real good.
We can get you together.
So
we have to.
We want y'all to tune in because you know what? We have to go back and build our families back up.
Oh, yeah.
Our families have been destroyed. And you may not see it that way, but guess what? We see it every day in the news. We see it every day in the news, how our families have been destroyed. And we want to talk about it. We're going to start with us. We're going to start with the sister.
I mean, the conversation has to happen.
Sister. You've been on my mind.
The conversation has to happen. Like, if the conversation doesn't happen, man, we're gonna continue to be out here on this bullshit. And then, no, I mean, not only
We're
that,
gonna be destroyed. We're gonna be even more destroyed.
Not only that, some of us think we're above reproach. Okay, some of us feel like can't nobody tell me shit. Well, sis, I'm here to tell you that I'm finna tell you all your shit. I'm finna put all your shit at your feet. Because
and don't think there's anything you have done in your life that none of us have experienced.
Come on.
You know, me, Charlie, and Kay, we have a lot of similarities, but we have a lot of differences.
Yeah, man.
We've had some different experiences, so don't come with that, oh, but you don't know me. Guess what? Yeah.
I may not know you, but I bet I know somebody just like you.
Look, but I know you, though.
That part. You may not think I know you, but I know you. So it's I think that's a conversation that we need to have. I think it's overdue. In addition to it being overdue, I think it's got to be a series. It's got to be 3, 4, 5, 6 episodes until we're able to get it all out, because y'all not gonna listen to no 4-hour podcast, right? So
yeah, and you know what? And if after the first one, if you feel like you want to, contribute to the conversation, look, leave us a message.
Yeah, man.
Give them the website. Give them the email address. Charlie. They can just reach out to us after. We'll get that out after the first episode, because I know that it's going to be something.
Oh yeah,
a lot of you going to have something.
Listen, that email and that inbox is going to be jumping. It's going to be jumping. They're going to be mad as hell.
Yeah, they're going to be mad.
Y'all going to raise some hell, but guess what? I don't care, because it is my job as your sister to ensure that we help you get your shit together. We are our sister's keeper. Period. I mean, that was the whole purpose of the podcast.
Right. And we have to do better. We have to do better.
Man.
I don't care how great you are doing in life, there's always room for improvement.
Oh my gosh.
There's always room to do better.
In addition to that, these people out here, y'all leaning a little bit closer because I'm about to whisper. These people in here need us, all right? The world needs us. The world cannot fucking operate without the black woman. You understand what I'm saying? The world cannot operate without the black woman. So if we don't get our shit together, this world is fucking doomed. Period. The children, the other races, the businesses, the infrastructure, the government, they need us.
Yeah.
They need us.
Hell yeah, just think. All these people in power, all these big things. You go back to even slavery, and I guarantee you that their forefathers suckled at our damn teeth.
Oh shit.
Okay?
Ooh,
so
shit.
we fed them.
And still feeding.
And nurtured them. Mm-hmm. And we are still doing that. Mm-hmm. So think about that. Our nutrients flows through their veins.
God, let me write that down. Wait a minute.
So we gave them the key.
And not only that, we're giving too much of ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like we have to, we got to start giving back to ourselves, man. We were talking about mental health since this month. May is Mental Health Month, and I wrote a blog post about.
And if y'all have not read it, you need to go read it. You need to go read it. You need to go read it. Did I say that you need to go read it?
Right.
Charlie was very open and transparent about her journey, and is so good. Go read it, and I promise you, you're gonna see yourself in a lot of stuff that she said. I promise you.
And just to give you a little snippet of it, like Charlie, Kay, and I'm Charlie. Damn, I keep fucking it up. But Phoenix and Kay and I, we worked at this same place, and for some odd reason, Phoenix wanted to be my friend. I don't know why.
Because I thought she was, you know what? Let me tell y'all. I'm going to say this real quick. I am a true Pisces. Pisces are attracted to those bigger than life type personalities. Now, you may not think that Charlie has a bigger than life personality.
I don't think so.
But I would hear her, and I would sit at my desk tripping. Like, this girl is crazy.
Y'all.
To me, that was bigger than life, because it was exciting. Look, if she didn't come to work, guess what? I did not have a good night. Because I'm doing my work, but listening to her talk to clients. And I'm telling y'all, I was like, I need to know this girl. I need to know this girl. Then she had this beautiful natural hair. And I mean, I was like, I need to know her.
Y'all, let me tell y'all something. By the time she met me, I was in an effort mood. I did not care. I just needed my check. That's all I needed. And at this point, I'm a firm believer if you're an adult, you need to adult. Like, I understand sometimes that adulting can be hard, but you gotta get up and you gotta do that shit. Like, because nobody else is gonna do it for you. And I hate when adults constantly come with excuses and they don't take personal responsibility or accountability for what it is they're doing. And it's just, oh, well, I didn't, or he or she did, or what are you gonna do for me? I was over that shit by the time. I do not. It don't, mother, sister, brother, daddy, client, friend, business partner, it doesn't matter. Everybody is held to the same damn standard. And I think that was funny. But I wrote about how having a conversation with Phoenix one morning, we were out doing whatever we did. And I was telling her, you know, I was tired. And anybody who knows me knows that I love my sleep, y'all. 8 hours is a nap for me. Like, I can do 10, 15, 11, 24. I can do it and be straight. But like, I've been sleeping a lot and I've been extra irritable and was rarely coming to work. And I was like, shit, I need some time off. Like, this shit is just...
Well, they're going to fire me.
Yeah, I need to be able to keep up with my cushiony lifestyle. I need to know, how can I get off and still get my rest? And she was like, you need to go to therapy. And I was like, get the fuck out of here. No, you need to go to therapy. And I was like, me going to therapy, is that gonna get me some time off? She was like, yeah. Now, what she didn't tell me was therapy was gonna pull all this shit out. Okay, that was she didn't tell me. And I think she knew that I probably had some issues, but she left that part out. So I went into therapy thinking this shit was a joke, because I grew up in a family to where therapy was, you ain't depressed? The fuck you talking about? You're not depressed?
Go about your business.
Go take a nap. Drink your ginger ale. You know, ginger ale cure everything in the black family. You know, and it was, you're not depressed. I don't know what you're talking about. You know, you're just in a bad mood. Get over it. You know, and my first session, y'all, I was in there like, first of all, I'm not a crier. Okay.
No, she's not.
Y'all, this therapist had me fucked up in there. Okay. Like, in the worst way. And had me so messed up, so I didn't want to go back because I was afraid of what she was going to uncover. I went back and I was back for a while. But I was just like, yo. And for the last couple of years, I've been thinking about it like, damn, I don't think you know what you did. Like, you may have done it on the sneak, but maybe I'm just not catching up on it. But I was just like, yo, like, I ended up quitting my job. Some shit that nobody wanted me to do. And I was like, forget this lifestyle, y'all.
She quit her job, but in all actuality, what she did was she made that jump. She took that leap of faith. She jumped into what her dream was. She jumped into doing what she wanted to do.
I did.
On her own terms.
Well, let me tell you what I was doing. I was working, it wasn't quite a 9 to 5, but I'm going to say that so y'all can understand. I was working a 9 to 5 and I was doing a 6 to 12 for myself. And me doing those two things and seeing how lucrative or how beneficial the 6 to 12 was for me, I was like, to hell with these people in this 9 to 5. I need to find a way to be able to do me, more me. And
on your own terms.
Yes. And I quit what? July be 5 years. So I've been a full-time entrepreneur for 5 damn years.
And listen to what she's saying, y'all. That's why I encourage you to go and read the blog that she wrote, because I'm telling you, you're going to find yourself in some part of that. We as black women tend to do what is required of us or what is expected of us. And for the most part, we tend to not follow our dreams.
Right.
Or follow our passions. And sometimes it takes someone else to redirect you.
Oh, yeah.
You know, redirect you. And if you're able to actually jump on that, I encourage you all to do that. No, do not go out there and quit your jobs and you have nothing to fall back on. You're not doing anything. Now you're at the unemployment office. You can't pay your bills. You get put out. No, you're not asking you to do that.
Look.
Have a foundation. Have something that you can fall back on. Have someone you can fall back on. If you have a dream and you know that this dream is going to put you in a good space, then by all means follow your dreams. But please do not go quit your job.
Well, you know what? And I think that was the biggest fear that a lot of people had for me. It was because I'm the fly by the seat of my pants type. I'm a any way the wind blows, you know, beating my own drum type. Truly an Aquarius. Okay, truly. But my thing was, I know I got my 401k. I know I can pay my rent up for a couple of months. I have no car payment at this point. I know I can pay my electricity bill for several months.
So
I know, you know, I can live off of my 401k. I lived off my 401k for 2.5 years. Like no extra income, 2.5 years.
But only if you have something
to fall back on.
That you can fall back on, and you have something that you're working towards.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if you're not there yet, then start planning right now and get there.
True.
Because there's nothing worse, in my opinion, than being stuck in a situation that is depressing you, or you're just super unhappy. You know, your family life is terrible because of what you're doing.
Listen.
In your working life. Because you think about it, your working life is what? A third of your life?
Yeah.
That's big. That is big. If you are working 8 hours a day, that's a third of your life. That's a third of your daily life. So if you're not happy and your family is, you know, being destroyed or being broken apart because of that, you're unhappy, you're crying, you're irritable,
you're sleeping all day,
you want to sleep all the time, then it's time for you to actually think about what it is that will make you happy.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I mean, not only that, if you were like me and you were going to work and you want to punch everybody in the ear, or you want to punch them in their trachea, it's time to go. It's time to make a plan.
That talking about that's on the bottom.
Listen.
It starts coming up to the top. To the nose, because you're fronting so hard.
Listen, y'all. When people come and they try to talk to you, you just be like, "What?" And you're short with them, and you short with them at all times. Do it. Let the shit go. So yeah, I mean, just go read the blog post again. Like Phoenix said, you can probably see yourself as somebody that you know that has been in that position before. Not only that, I am in many of my circles, I'm the strong friend. You know those memes that say check on your strong friend? Y'all better start doing that shit. If your strong friend, or the friend that normally checks on you, that will ride for you, that you know you can go to an event, if they start becoming detached, or you know they're no longer available, they're quiet, they're not laughing at your dumbass jokes no more, they not the one joking, you know, they decline your invitations, or they say they're coming and they don't show up, know that something is going on.
Definitely.
You know, and a simple thing is, are you okay? Or hey, what's up? You know, if you don't even know how to ask, you know, to approach them or what's going on, you know, hey, let's go out for drinks, let's go out to dinner, let's go to the movies. Or I'm the type of friend, I'm gonna pop up at your house. Now, don't pop up at mine, but I'm gonna pop up at yours. You know, Kay will tell you, if I hadn't talked to her, or she's not answering my calls or my texts, or I hadn't seen her, I will pop up at her house in a minute. Hey, hello. Is everything okay? Everything good?
And y'all, that's the truth. One of the things that I often say, like, I'm the one that people can talk to for advice and things like that. And I'm the one that people feel some kind of way popping up on or reaching out to, because it's always like, Phoenix is okay, Phoenix works it out.
Right.
And
you have no idea.
And mainly because I work it out, because I have no choice, because
that part,
no one is going to reach out to me, or no one actually pops up on me, because people tend to think that, oh, if I pop up on Phoenix, she gonna cuss me out. So you don't pop up on her.
That's something that you risk. If this person if this person is truly your friend, if you truly care about this individual,
then do
pop up and damn the cuss out. Cuss back at them. Shit. That's what I
do. Look, this is, I always tell people, and this is family included, because I get mad at my family too, because no one pops up on me. No one. I can get quiet or, you know, I'm not being the same old Phoenix that I normally am, but no one messes with me.
No. I can attest to that. Hell, I don't. No.
No one messes with me. And the thing about it, which is so funny to me, is because it's like I can be such a powder puff. You know, if I get real quiet or to myself, it's because I'm going through something or I'm dealing with something. Mm-hmm. And it's hard and I know, because I know no one's going to pull up on me. So I know that
y'all hear this?
I have to work it out to the best of my ability, because, and it's not, I don't think it's not because of anything I've said or done. I guess I give off an aura, like don't fuck with her, just leave her alone. When she feels like it, she'll come around. But those are the friends, those are the people that you have to go after, because those are the ones that's probably in need. When you think about people who committed suicide,
right?
And people say, "Well, I thought they were okay. They're such strong people.
They never said anything. But those are the ones who are good at hiding." Exactly. What they call those functional people with functional depression. Mm-hmm. So this is what I need y'all to understand. Like, I'll pop up on Kay, but I won't pop up on Phoenix in terms of showing up at her house. It's not because I think Phoenix is okay. It's I've got levels of how far, like what I do before I pop up on Phoenix. Like, I can call, I can text, I can send a Facebook message, an Instagram message, and she'll respond. If I don't get a response to either of those, then at that point, I'm at the door. Kay will not respond to any of those, and I know at that point, I have to get in the car and I have to go. Phoenix, I think she know I'm a little fool. I don't know. You have to ask her what she knows. But every message I've sent to her, and it'll start with, "You've been quiet. What's up?"
But that's the functional part, because with me, I am going to make a point to respond so that you don't think, I'm in a bad place. So even though I haven't been the normal Phoenix, if you say something to me, I make it a point to say something.
Y'all hear you hear the signs to look out for? Do you hear this?
So,
you hear this?
Because you want to give the impression that I'm okay.
Right.
When really you're not okay, but you want people to believe that you are.
True.
But see, if they start thinking about, okay, well, she responded or he responded, but they're still not doing the things they've done in the past.
Right.
And I knew they were okay.
And I think then at that point you need to know your friends. You need to truly know your friends.
Absolutely.
Like, there are triggers. If there's something that you can say, or something, if they're not, the conversation is not the same, if they're being short with you. Yeah, she's responding, but if she's short, I know something's wrong. But if she says something, it's the way she says it, or if she texts back, I think if you're really friends, you should know.
And honestly, and I can say this with all honesty, I'm very good at tricking you. I'll put it that way.
Well, damn, wait a minute now.
I'm very good at tricking you into believing that I am okay, because when you find people that are so independent, and so strong and used to caring for themselves, it's like, okay, I don't want anyone to see me as being weak,
right,
or vulnerable. So to a certain degree, if I only have just a little bit of energy to make them believe I'm okay, I am going to use that energy to make them believe I'm okay.
That's me.
And see, you and I are alike in a whole lot of ways.
That's me.
Because you don't want people you don't want to be seen as weak or needy. You don't like to be seen as being needy, when really those are the people that need intervention the most. Because those are the ones that you'll find that end up committing suicide, or going off on a deep end, or having breakdowns.
Right.
Because they've reached their limit, because they don't have anyone who is strong enough, bold enough to say, the hell with what you trying to pretend to be. Something not right. It's some shit going on with you.
But you know what? and having this conversation is opening for me because I felt like I knew you. Like I felt like if I messaged you and you said something and it didn't sound like you, I felt like at this point, okay, I know something's wrong. Yeah. But now you telling me that's not the fucking case.
Well, it's not, and I pride myself on that because you know what I noticed, that my friends and my family treat me the same. Like my family will not, they are afraid to pop up on me. Like I hear my family talking about I went by such and such house, I went by this person's house, but no one pops up at Phoenix house. No one.
What's the date? The date is
pops up at my house.
May 20. Listen, it's May 27th at 10:11 p.m. You're gonna be hearing this Tuesday because I'm gonna edit it tonight. Know that from henceforth, I will be popping up at Phoenix's house if I don't like the way she talking on the text message. She get ghosts. Y'all hear this? You hear this?
But no one does, which I find to be so. And I sit back sometimes, I'm laughing, and I find it kind of amusing when I hear about people. Oh, I popped up at Nikki's house. Oh, I popped up at so and so's house. But guess what? No one. I mean, friends and family do not.
But you know what? That goes back to what we were saying in terms of if you. Clearly, I truly don't know you. You know, when it comes to that space, because because I know Kay.
Right.
I know Kay, and you know Kay. So you know if she doesn't respond, if she responds,
she's going.
Then we need to go check up on her. But clearly, even if you say you're okay, I need to be at your door. Damn what you say. But I'm like that too, and it's like, forget all of that. Let me say this: as friends, we got to do better as being friends. All right, and I'm speaking to everybody at this point because. You got to do better about being concerned about your friend. Every time you have a conversation with your friend, it's not about what the fuck you have going on.
Right.
Right? Ask your friend, hey, are you all right? What's going on with you? Even if you're not interested, well, first of all, if you're interested, that ain't your damn friend. That's number one. But
that's true.
You need to ask what's going on. You need to find creative ways to be able to ask your friends to be able to divulge what the fuck they got going on with their life, because people are out here going through. Okay?
Absolutely.
And it doesn't have to be the ones with the children, the ones with the husbands or the wives, or the ones with these crazy ass jobs. I'm single. I'm dating. I have no children. I'm out here living my best life creatively. You know, I'm my own boss, but I go through. Absolutely. You see what I'm saying? Absolutely. Phoenix has a child. Well, he grown. You know, but Phoenix is a parent. You know what I'm saying? She works corporate America. You know, she's not married. But she's out here dating. She goes through. Kay, the same thing. So it doesn't matter what you've got going on. We all can go through something at any point in time. Absolutely. And depression has no face, no color, no name, no religion, no nothing. It can hit anybody. And the crazy thing is people deal with it differently. You know, like my mom was saying, you know, had she sought therapy when she and my father were getting divorced, she probably would have come through it a lot sooner. My mom worked. That's how she got through her depression. Like, I don't think she recognized it until maybe about a year or two ago that she was depressed that entire year. Mm-hmm. Like, in the black family, depression and mental health and mental illness, that shit is taboo. We got to stop that shit. Like, we need to be able to talk about bipolarism. Half of you, I was finna call y'all motherfuckers. I was finna go off on a tangent. I'm sorry. Half of y'all probably have bipolar 1 and 3. Most of you have probably been depressed. You have panic attacks. You don't know what it is. You probably, oh, my chest tight. Panic attack. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You have anxiety.
I start feeling, I don't know why I feel so nervous.
And anxious and all of that.
And anxious.
Panic attack.
Panic attack. Anxiety attack.
Okay? Or you're out here and you're just nervous. Like, you know, Finney said, you're nervous for no damn reason. Or you can't really quite put your finger on the reason. You're something racing. That triggers you.
I've heard people say
anxiety.
My heart like it's racing.
That whole feeling of fight or flight. Yeah. Anxiety. So it's and not only that, you don't have to get on medication. You do not have to be on uppers. There's natural things you can do, the whole holistic approach. You know, you can seek therapy. It's so many different things that you can do, and hopefully we can get a therapist on that would explore this with us, because it's so many black women that I know that have gone through it at some point in time. And if you've never experienced it, you may laugh it off. Oh, she's extra. Oh, he's extra. No, they really going through some shit.
Yeah, and when
really going through some shit.
You see people, or you read when people say, "Oh, so and so's been extra. Oh, they're so dramatic." No, they're going through something, because you have to understand that the way that we live in this day and age is not normal.
Right.
It's not normal. The way that we work constantly. The way that we're constantly on go.
Yeah.
It's hard for us to relax, because even when we're not on a 9 to 5, we have people telling us, if you're not working, there's something you should be engaged in. There's something you should be doing.
Right.
The TV tells us we should be out shopping, or we should be out eating. So we tend to feel guilty if we are not engaged in something. And that can produce feelings of anxiety, feelings of depression, because you're not doing what the Jones are doing. Or, it makes you feel like you're not worthy. You get caught up in this whole cycle of, my life is fucked up, when really your life may be just fine.
The crazy thing is, I've got somebody that's close to me who just went through this like the last 2 years, to where, they felt like they were not worthy of anything that they've gone through. They felt like, at this point, I'm 31 years old, I'm 30 years old. I feel like I should be more, well off to where I am. My career should be further along. I should have, 5 more degrees. I should have the house. I should have the picket fence. I should have, 2 more children. I should have the husband. And I'm like, who the fuck told you that? Where did you get this shit from? But it's the pressure of watching your friends that you grew up with, the pressure of what's on TV, what they're saying in the books, social media, in the magazines, your family. Oh, you're not married yet? Oh, you don't have no more kids? Listen, let me tell you what these people ask me. Let me tell you what I say when they ask me if I don't have no kids. You gonna have me pay for them? You gonna push them out? Like, I have questions, because at this point, don't worry about what the fuck I do with my womb. Period.
Well, how do you think I feel? My family look at me like, you don't ever bring anybody to the family function.
First of all,
you don't have a boyfriend.
First
of all, you're not engaged. You ain't married yet.
Y'all, let me tell y'all something. And this is the old Southern black grandma, okay? So before, I wouldn't bring anybody around because they didn't last long, okay? And then I got into a serious relationship I probably should not have been in, but whatever. We do shit we ain't supposed to do all the time. And I brought this guy around, and he came around to the family functions more than 5 or 6 times. And at this point, grandma's like, okay.
It must be the one.
Okay. And then she was like, oh, I thought you liked girls or something, because you ain't never bring nobody around. And I'm like, really, grandma? Really? Because I'm out here doing my thing, and you ain't seen nobody. I haven't brought anybody to the house to say, hey, grandma, I think this person is worthy of being in your presence. Anybody who knows me know that my grandma is the shit, okay?
Or being worthy of being in your own presence.
Right, like
that.
Come on, like, y'all got to stop putting this pressure on people, asking them what they doing with their womb. First of all, the next person that asks me why I don't have them kids, I'm going to ask them how the fuck they know I got all my reproductive parts. And I'm going to see what the fuck they got going on in their face.
Not only that, everybody don't want to be a parent.
First of all.
So
we have to consider not everyone can be a parent, right? We have to consider that women have problems. Shit, men have problems too. In addition to that, who said I want children? On top of that, I might be good at what I do, dodging this good sperm. Child, you see what I'm saying?
Not only that, look, even those of us who are parents, like I have a son, but I'm telling you, my grandmama, my mama used to always say, Lord have mercy, this child need no more kids.
See, this is what I'm saying.
This one right here is driving her insane. When I say that I was the paranoid, crazy parent, look, I'm a parent that the child get a little cut and bleeding, I'm in the ER thinking he need 1,000 stitches. You know, if the child throw up, oh my gosh, he must have Ebola. He run to the ER.
Not Ebola.
You know, the child drawing circles on the wall, I'm having breakdowns. because I don't know what to do. I'm changing the child diaper.
Oh,
his
God.
penis get a little hard, and I can't. It stays on hard. I'm thinking a 4 months old shouldn't have a hard penis. I'm calling my stepdaddy. He was like, put the pamper back on the child because he got to pee. So, you know.
Oh, shit.
So a lot of us are just not cut out.
Oh,
That
gosh.
kind of stuff on and on. So, you know, I stopped at one.
Y'all.
That was best for me.
Y'all.
Because I couldn't do more. My nerves was bad.
Y'all. I mean, and not only that, some of us are meant to be aunts.
That's
Some
right.
of us are meant to help raise the village. You know what I'm saying? And not like I'm okay with where I am. You know, I'm okay with where I am. And the crazy thing is, a few years ago, I was like, shit, I'm getting up there. I'm getting up there. Might as well gonna have one. And then it's like, well, wait a minute. Do I really want to procreate and bring a little mini me into this world? I may or may not have a supportive child's father, right? I can't see me going back to corporate America no time soon. So at this point, I've got
That's not
to,
even the goal.
right, you know, like I've got to do extra on top of what I'm already doing.
That's right.
Kids are expensive,
Very expensive.
okay?
Very.
Like, I got a nephew now that digs in my pockets on the daily.
And look at here, a quarter or 50 cents ain't gonna cut it no more.
Hell no. What you gonna do with
I
that?
don't care nothing.
They gonna
about
look
that
at you.
change.
They start at $5.
That's right.
And with Cash App and all this extra, oh, my nephew tell you in a minute, oh, you can Cash App me. Wait a minute, hey, what do you mean?
Shit, even when they grown, they still ask
So,
you to cash out.
see, I can't.
And not just 10, 15, 20, $50. Can you cash out me $300?
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, gosh.
No, wait a minute.
Well, okay.
Let me tell you how this thing gonna work. But like, it's a lot. You know what I'm saying? And to have, first of all, y'all hear my mouth bad. I don't know if I can dumb this down for a child. I'm pretty sure I can. You know, if a child comes along. But y'all gotta stop asking folk when you gonna have kids. You gotta stop asking folk when you gonna get married. You have to stop asking folk when you gonna buy this house, when you gonna buy this car, when you gonna open this business, why you quit your job. First of all, this is what we gonna do in 2019. All right. When the second half of 2019 come through in the next couple of days, we're going to mind the business that pays us. Say that shit with me. Mind the business that pays us. Period.
Absolutely.
If you would mind your damn business, the world would be a much better place. I promise you it would be. I promise you, you would be so much relieved and so much less stressed if you would just mind your fucking business. Period.
But see, that's the thing though. When you have to mind your business, that's when shit get real. When you're so busy in everybody else's life, you don't have to look at your own.
Well, you know what? And yes,
everybody,
amen.
It's time for us, each one of us, just like Charlie said, mind the business that pays you.
You have
Not
to.
Learn about my life.
You
and
have
what
to.
I'm doing.
Gosh.
You know, that's not gonna make your life any better.
No.
It's not gonna make your life any worse. Well, it can make your life worse if you pay more attention to my life than your own damn life. Look, let me live.
In more ways than one. In more ways than one.
Let me live. Let me do me. You do you. Let me do you. Let me do me. So, but if there's something that I can do to help you, then reach out to me. If
Right.
there's something that you can do to help me, then let me reach out to you. Otherwise, mind yours.
You know what's crazy? I have this aunt, and at this point, I don't give a damn who listens to the podcast. They know me, or if the aunt is listening. Hey, I have this aunt that is in her 50s that has minded everyone's business but her own, to where now she's an old maid. Like she,
Her
you
life
know,
done passed by.
gone,
She didn't even see it.
good and gone. Like, when I say minded the business, that like all the aunt, I mean all the nieces and nephews, hell, even her siblings, she's all involved in their lives. Like, she injects herself in everyone's life. Like my grandma, you know, stroke and all this extracurricular shit, and she ended up caring for my grandma, you know, the last couple of years. But now that my grandma's deceased, she don't have shit to do. Like she looks so downtrodden, y'all. Like if I never knew what the fuck downtrodden mean, I know what it looked like now.
Because she doesn't have a life.
She does not. She does not.
Everybody else her life that now she does not.
She looks a mess. She goes to work, church, and school. I mean, work, church. Well, shit, that's it. Work, church, and home. Yeah.
Work, church, and home.
Work, church, and home. Like, and minds everybody's business, from the preacher hunter to the bank teller at the bank to the guy that puts the groceries in the goddamn car. I mean, if she were to meet you, she'd be like, okay, so who your people? Let me tell you about this. When I say you get enjoyment going to strangers' funerals, you have no fucking life.
You have no life. Jesus, none.
You have no life. When you like to start shit with other people because you need excitement in your life, you've got a fucking problem. You've got a problem. The crazy thing is, this guy am casually dating, I'd say. I sure hope he ain't listening to that. No, I hope you don't think that's wrong. So if you're listening, we might need to go and anyway, whatever. He is so positive. It doesn't matter what's going on.
You find the positive in it.
And that shit at first was getting on my damn nerves.
That's a good thing though.
It now I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Initially, I didn't, because I was like, wait a minute. I'm be the only one on this phone complaining? I'm be on the phone talking about how people got me fucked up today? You don't have nothing to contribute?
Like, yeah, because
you don't have nothing to contribute?
Because it can always be worse.
And that's what he does.
This way.
He finds the silver lining in everything. Y'all, I'm trying to tell you, that shit irked my spirit so bad one day to I had to realize it's me.
And I mean, even though it may be irking your spirit, but it's growing.
That's what he told me.
Increasing and improving your spirit.
That's what he told me.
Unbeknownst, it may be irritating you.
Lit. Y'all.
The ego part of you, but guess what? That's something that's good, because what's going to happen is when you talk to somebody else and they jump in on your little bandwagon, you go sit there and like.
But that's not what I wanted to talk to you about. Like this, that's not how that's supposed to happen.
Look, well, I didn't get anything from this. I feel even worse.
And see, I'm noticing that. Like, I actually sat down and he was just like, so I'm the only person. I said, you're not the only person, but the only person I talk to on a regular basis, to where when I have a conversation or when I converse with other people, it's rah. And he's like, so what's up? How's your day? Like,
because you know what? That's a man. Now,
that's not all men.
Well, no, that actually is the way that a man should be.
That's true.
Because when you read the book, what women are from Venus, men from Mars, it talks about how men are the ones that look at, okay, how can we solve this, or what do we need to do to get past this, or it may not be as bad as you think it is. That's
him.
And
that's him.
When women, we are the ones that we're going to sit there and guess what? We're going to rah.
Listen.
We're going to be the chilies with you.
Hell
yeah. That's what happened.
Until that shit make me feel better.
And see, and that's the whole.
Until that shit make me feel better.
He don't want you to feel downtrodden and, have low energy and be negative. He wants you to feel good. And I think that's a positive thing.
The crazy thing is that's new for me. So, when it's something new, you don't know how to receive it.
Yeah.
So, I'm open with him, and I was like, hey, I have questions. Like, how the fuck am I supposed to respond to this? Like, when I ask you how your day, it was good, it was well, I had a good day. It was busy, it was all right, but, overall I had a good day. Or it was a good day, I had, maybe an hour of, some fucked up situation. I'm like, wait a minute. Had he asked me, it would be like, today was fucked up.
Yes.
When it's only 5 or 10 minutes, if you really look at it.
And that's all. And but what's interesting is the company that we work for.
Girl.
But you know what? That's one of the things they want us to see. They try to tell us to see, but when it's, one thing after another, it's hard for us to see that.
Right.
Like you may have one bad interaction and someone asks you how was your day, you're going to go back to that interaction.
Exactly.
When every other interaction may have been great.
Right.
You gain something from it. But that one, you're going to say, fucked up. These people are fucked up. You know, I hate people.
Yeah.
People are terrible.
Yeah.
You know, or, you know, when I, like, for instance, I sent you this information that one of my interactions gave me a little tip. But if you had asked me how my day was that day, I would talk about the one that told me that me and the company was fucked up. You know, not thinking about the one person who gave me a little tip that can be monetarily beneficial.
That's true.
You know, I'm focused on the one that said me and the company is fucked up.
You know what it is? I think that thinking back to that job, right? It's takes a special individual to be able to end that interaction right there and leave it there, right? Yeah. And I think that society has conditioned us to hold on to that.
Yep.
And it's not, okay, you know what? It happened. It's over with. Get over it. Let's move on to the next thing.
I know it's time for me to move on to the next thing because that person, I sat there and looked at their information for a few minutes thinking, I'm going to call you from a Google Voice number.
Listen.
Cuss your ass out.
You know what's crazy? and I'm going to say this, like, so the last couple of years, I've opened several businesses. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that I've done is I've opened business with business partners who were not worthy. And I've opened businesses with people who knew absolutely shit about business, right? And I've carried these people's business. Well, shit, not these people's. I've carried the business on my back, and I've done it all because I needed it to be done a certain way. And when I got tired of carrying the load, now I'm like, okay, this is what we need to do. It's backfired on me, right?
Absolutely.
So recently, I walked away from a business that could have been lucrative as fuck. However, walked away from it, decided I was going to do the same type business on my own. I had, a moment of reflection. Like, I've used these business partners as a crutch. And that crutch was, if I'm unable to do it, I know I got somebody there but these motherfuckers ain't had my back. That's the problem. All they was doing is sharing the wealth, but not sharing the load.
Look, while you carried the load.
So this year has been a huge year of reflection for me for whatever reason, but I'm thankful for it. I'm here. But old dude was just like, look, I know you want to go and I know you want to fuck their business up. I know you want to go and I know you want to, because we're now the culture, we're a cancel society. We want to cancel everything.
Yep.
I am a proud member of the cancel society. Let me go on and let you know this now. I will end a friendship. I will walk away from a friendship. I don't care if it's mama, sister, daddy, brother, cousin, business partner, client, whoever. I have to protect my mental health. I have to protect my peace. So if I feel that if you're not good for me or what you've got going on does not jive with where I am at that point, you got to get the fuck on. And half the time, I'm not giving you an explanation. I'm just ghost. And I think I need to do better about that in terms of ghosting. I need to let you know why I'm leaving so that we can both be better.
Right.
So that's something that I'm working on. But I know that I try to avoid confrontation as much as possible because I am immediately there seeing red, and I am going to see red until I am done seeing red. So I know that I can go to the extreme with situations like that. So I just back away to protect myself.
And that's something that I know I have to work on myself because I'm one, I'm in that respect, I'm a Pisces. I'll swim away. Going with my business, going in the ocean.
I say in a minute.
Like, okay, whatever. Or I just, but I mean, in some cases it is that you should just leave it alone.
Right.
And then there are some cases you have to just let it, you know what, let me let this sit for a minute.
Right.
Walk away from it and come back to it. But if it's something that is not beneficial to you, if it's something that is not increasing you not only, in your finances, that's the main thing, but spiritually, mentally, emotionally. If it's not something that's giving something to you, but it's constantly taken away.
Right.
No, it's time to part ways. Because if
real.
every time you turn around, it's something that you're sitting down by yourself like,
shit.
What am I doing this? Oh my gosh. You know, they're not offering anything. They're not doing anything.
Right.
You know, I'm the one that's doing this. I'm the one that's doing that. I'm the one that's doing every single thing.
Mm-hmm.
And they are just the beneficiary
right.
of every single thing. Then that's a problem. They're not adding to you. Only thing that's doing is draining you. And that's one of the things that I was saying a lot last year with even a friendship. I was like, you know what? My cup is constantly empty, and I'm still trying to pour into somebody else's life, and I have nothing, to the point where I am just parched.
Right.
You know, it's just I'm just straight desert, and they're thriving, but not trying to pour anything.
Listen, and when I said earlier,
it's time to part.
Damn
ways.
real.
It's, you know what? It's reciprocity is missing.
Oh baby.
So if reciprocity is not there, it's okay to walk away. Whether it's family,
yep.
friend,
yep.
business partner, whomever, jobs,
all of that.
It's time to walk away.
Well,
and that's one of the things that we seem to do. We tend to hold on to guess what? It's the goddamn death grip. Great, still trying to hold on.
But you know what? I think that in relationships, especially if you're an empath, you gotta take care of yourself first. Like, period. Don't take on other people's situations, other people's feelings. Like, that shit is crazy. Don't do that.
Do it all the time.
Don't do that. That shit will put you in a different.
Are the ones that have to go off to themselves so frequently.
Listen, like, you gotta recharge, yo. You gotta let all that shit out, like all that energy. I think that, like, my dad and I don't have we don't have a relationship at all at this point, and I'm okay with that. Had you asked me a couple years, well, you know what, shit, if you asked me 10 years ago, I would have told you I was still okay with that. But I was always a daddy's girl. But you have to cancel anybody in your life, regardless of relationship, regardless of how long you've known these people, regardless of how much you feel that they've been loyal to you. You need to protect self first. And when I said earlier about being a good friend starts with you being good to you first.
Being good to yourself.
If Absolutely. You can't be good to yourself, you can't be good to anyone else. Like, you can't. And friendships have to be two-sided. They can't be one-sided. If you're, like Phoenix said, you know, constantly pouring, you know, and filling up other people's cup, and they don't give a damn about you, that ain't no damn friend.
Nope.
That is not a friend. That is somebody who needs to get the hell on expeditiously. Like, that's exactly who I was thinking about when you said that. Like, it's I'm telling you, like, parents, because parents can be toxic, siblings, you know, spouses, employers, co-workers, you know, the fucking children. Anybody has the capacity to be toxic, but you have to take care of you. That is all about self-care. You can't be dope. You can't be the shit if you're not taking care of yourself in all aspects, mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, all of that. Like, you have to take care of yourself. And I'm just starting to take care of myself. Like, massages, trips. And the crazy thing is, now, don't go out here being stupid, but sometimes, you know, you got to take yourself on a little trip. You got to buy yourself those boots and them shoes you want. You know what I'm saying? You got to go out and you got to do some different shit. Like, you got to open up your life to some different experiences.
That's something that I have to do, because I just don't. You know, my father called me Friday, because he was in the ER and they was admitting him to the hospital.
Oh, gosh.
And typically, if I called him and say that I need him, he'll say okay, but he's never there. But you know what? I took the rest of the night off Friday. I was at the hospital Friday nights. I was there Saturday. You know, they released him yesterday, but you know, I was sitting there at one point thinking, you know, this is someone I can never count on.
Listen.
But, you know, when he called me, guess what? I ran.
Mm-hmm.
And this is someone who he just has not been there for me. And even we were talking, we were having a conversation in the hospital about my brother. And he said, you know, I told your brother, your sister is a whole lot stronger than you. She can survive. And you're constantly calling me. And I'm sitting there thinking, but you run to help him before you will even help me.
Yo.
And I'm the girl.
Listen. Finish what you're gonna say, because I got a similar situation.
I'm the girl. I'm the daughter. I'm your only blood daughter.
Girl.
And here it is. My brother can call you, and you will stress. Try to make moves to help him. But every time I need help or I need you to do something for me, you never come through. But then you can brag and say that I'm the strong one, and you don't see what's wrong with that.
No, they don't. Let me jump in for a minute. I just had this same fucking conversation with my mom, and I know she listening, because my mama listen to everything I fucking do. Hey, Ma. But listen, like, so my mom is two. My mom and my aunt, right? Mm-hmm. And military family or whatever. And my mom was married, you know, with the children. Everybody got the same father or whatever. And then my aunt had a baby out of wedlock. You know, she was out here trying to find her own, do her own thing. And when they've always helped my aunt and my aunt's children, it was, she don't need no help, because my mom didn't need any help because she got a husband, you know, and she got her shit together. She's working, he's working. They got a roof over their head, everybody fine, right? My mom files for divorce. My mom goes to them. Anybody who knows my mom knows my mama. If it happens in the house, that shit gonna stay in the house. If it get out, she got a problem. Okay? Right. So nobody knew for a long time that my parents had issues until my mom went to file for divorce. So she goes to them and she was like, look, this is what it is. This is what it ain't gonna be. I'm filing for divorce. And my granddad was like, huh? What you mean?
Where this come from?
What the hell? Well, anyway, so my dad's a dick, okay? Straight king asshole, like summa cum laude asshole. And, you know, my mom can go there, but she's not an asshole on 10 all the time.
Right.
So, you know, when you go from 2 incomes to 1, that shit can be hard. When you still got a kid in, you know, primary school, you got a kid in college, and you don't want to...
You got kids, period.
You know what I'm saying? You know, and she don't want to stress my sisters, like, okay, you can't get the shit that you normally would have been able to get, or you might not be able to do your freshman year in school. So my mama...
keep things stable.
Exactly. And trying to keep shit normalized so everybody would be straight. But I watched my mom struggle, like, going through that time period. But you would think, at this time, now my aunt is quote unquote married. I'm throwing up air quotes, Ma. You know why I'm throwing that up. Married, and she's got an able-bodied husband. And they now have their own child. Someone has 2 children, right? But my aunt fucking off when it comes to her bills. All right, but my mom has my baby sister in middle school, my baby sister in high school, my other sister freshman year in college. I'm grown. I'm out here on my own. She ain't worried about me. But my mom may have fell behind on the bill or whatever. You would think my grandfather would go and come to her rescue. Hell fuck no.
Went to the one that had a husband, able-bodied husband.
Let me tell you, my aunt with the able-bodied guy. She living in one of my grandparents' houses. My grandparents have signed for her to have multiple vehicles. Signed for her children to have multiple vehicles. They pay rent on top of rent on top of rent on top of rent. Insurance, car payment, all this extracurricular shit. Wait a minute. Now, my grandma, whatever you need, you go to her, you got it. My grandfather, you got to go through a fucking lecture. You got to write a goddamn thesis statement on why you want to do it. You got to sit down and you got to go through this entire business plan. I don't care if it's $5.
y'all. Sorry, but we are on the porch.
We are on the porch in the country, okay?
And the bugs are out.
And a bug just flew on the table and Phoenix just jumped.
Sorry.
Oh, gosh.
Go ahead.
But you would think that the child that you see that's working through these things, the child that you see that only comes to you
when they really need
it, and when they do, you need to know that they've exhausted all possibilities. Right? Not only that, it hurts them to come to you. Pride is
for anything.
Listen.
They didn't want to come to you. Please believe that. I can feel that.
Okay?
Because that's how I was with my father. The last time I asked him for something, I didn't want to ask him for nothing.
That shit pains you to even let those words roll out of your damn mouth.
Yes.
Right? But here it is. You got able-bodied with 2 fucking adults in the house. But you don't want this motherfucker to work. But you got her and but you give all the money to them and you got a problem with giving to my mom.
That's a problem.
Like,
see, I don't understand the thought process in that.
Right.
You know, that's difficult for me to even wrap my head around, because that's how my mom was with my sister and her husband and their 2 kids. At the time, she only had 2. But she would do all kind of stuff for them.
That shit is crazy.
Me and Chris, I'm like, she has a whole husband. You know,
whole able-bodied husband.
You know, both of them military.
Shit.
Yeah, it's just me and Chris. If I need some help, you look at me, tell me, well, you just have to pull yourself up by your bootstraps and get out there and just, what?
Like, what kind of shit is that to say? Like,
see, I don't understand, because it's almost like they look at you because you're strong, because your mom is a strong woman.
Yeah.
And they look at you because you're strong, like you're gonna make it happen. And I just think that's not fair, because why is it that I have to find a way out of no way,
right,
when you can help me?
Right. The crazy thing is, my cousin and I had this conversation about my mom and her mom, right? And I love my aunt dearly. However, my aunt's a fuck up, period. Okay? Just call the shit what it is. Call a spade a spade. She's a fuck up. For more reasons than one, but that's her fuck up. You see what I'm saying? Right. I mind my business. However, don't alienate me because I'm the strong one. You see what I'm saying? Or don't feel like the strong doesn't need any help. And my cousin's thing was, y'all don't get the same treatment me and my brother do because your mom is strong, or your mom's pride is high, or, you know, y'all following your mom's footsteps in terms of you'll do without before you come to us when. But I'm like, but wait a minute, y'all don't even have an opportunity to go to them and say, hey, I need this. Here you go. You need something?
And
here you go. You need something?
This is the thing. The one that's the strongest may just need a little bump.
That's it.
That's it. Just a little bump.
Not every month. Just that one bump.
Just that little bump. But the other person needs a goddamn boulder of help. And all you needed was a little bump to get you over. And guess what? And you take off. And you go. But here you are enabling that person that needs that bump every goddamn
time. And then you get pissed with it. Why are you pissed? You created the situation.
And you keep doing it.
You don't. Nope, you're not getting this. You're not getting it. But I'm just like, my mom and I actually had a conversation not too long ago, and I was like, what the fuck is wrong with him? And she was just like, this is just him. And I'm thinking,
And so that's something that we may want to take a look at deeper, because my dad, the same thing. Because the nurses, the nurses in the room with us when we were having this discussion, I looked at the nurse, I said, but I'm the girl. And I said, he helps my brother out, but won't help me out. And he makes a comment, well, you're stronger than your brother. My brother got like 3-4 kids. Needed a car because he did not change the oil or put oil in the car.
Shut up.
He blew the engine out of his car. I'm a girl and I know you got to have oil in the car. That's a whole man. He got married a few years ago. Guess what? You're not even with your wife anymore because of the bullshit you were doing. So, in my opinion, you're enabling this man.
There you go.
To do nothing, and now he's out chasing this dream of, he works a job, but not a real job. But he's chasing this dream of being a producer for a group.
What?
Okay, you already know how old I am. My brother is only what? My brother's probably 4 or 5 years younger than me. Sir. Really?
Nah.
You trying to produce a group?
Nah.
You're trying to produce? Shit, they in their goddamn 30s.
At this point, you shouldn't even be looking into rapping
And
or whatever you're trying to do.
is what, about 4 or 5? Sir, it's time to get a life.
It is.
You asking your daddy to help you get a car?
But how long did you ride in?
In Lucy?
Y'all
Like
remember the story about her trying to kill me and Lucy? Lucy in that damn red purse.
I rode Lucy for 6 or 7 years. I rode Lucy until literally the tires fell off. Literally, y'all.
Oh gosh.
Literally on the interstate.
I can't.
So, you know.
Can't. The crazy thing is, if I remember correctly, your dad had an SUV and a car.
Yes, he has a yellow Corvette, and he has the
You still got an Escalade?
He still has the Escalade.
Yeah, we done some things on the Escalade, but that ain't nobody business. I'm taking that to the grave. That ain't nobody business.
So, my dad is he's a vet. So, he has
I can't.
He gets benefits and things like that, and I'm like, okay, but yet still, Erica's strong.
That shit crazy, yo. Like, we need to talk about that, and we need to, something I meant to mention earlier, and this was way back, maybe about an hour and a half ago, about these men. We need to analyze the partners that they cheat with.
Oh gosh.
I think that might be way down deep in the season.
I actually think that goes in with our next podcast, with the black woman being the reason for the destruction of the black family.
I'm gonna try to make that work.
And I had said this before, and I keep telling y'all to read Patricia Ann Collins about black sexual politics. The way that she breaks down the relationship over the course of time, from slavery to modern times, between the black woman and the black man, it's excellent. And you'll be hard pressed not to understand or see what she's talking about. It makes so much sense. Reading that book, it definitely opened my eyes, and I could see exactly what she was talking about. And so you'll hear me talking about that book a lot during our next conversation. Patricia Ann Collins, y'all.
Patricia Ann Collins.
Sexual politics.
I'll post that. I think I've heard you talk about that before. I think next podcast is gonna be pretty dope. I really do.
It is.
I think it's gonna be eye opening. In addition to eye opening, I think it's gonna be great. I think this is necessary. And I think that, as our mantra say, we want you to do better in all aspects of your life.
In all aspects.
So I think I'm ready for the shit, to be honest with you.
I am too. I'm so excited. We're gonna really have to have some wine.
We're gonna have to have more than some damn wine. We're gonna need more wine for this here.
Because it's gonna be serious, y'all. It's gonna be serious.
It is, but you know how we do, with serious conversations. We don't try to make light of them, too much, but for some reason, for some of you, we gotta laugh and cuss and joke with it for you to understand it. So that's what we'll do. I understand our place here and our responsibility that we have with this platform, and we're gonna use it. We're gonna be responsible. We're gonna use it wisely.
That's right. So tell your friends, your family about us. Tell them to join in.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Listen to our past discussions and conversations, and get ready for the next one, because it's definitely going to be a powerhouse. So even invite your male friends or husbands or boyfriends.
Oh yeah.
To don't get listen.
Listen first.
Y'all get in the fights, but listen first.
Oh yeah.
Listen first.
I think that we might even have to invite a man. This would be a first, not to invite a male.
You know what? That would be. Really
I think we need to invite a male on not the next one, maybe the one after that. Yeah, so that we can pull you in the room alone, so we can have this good conversation with you first. You know how your mama say, "Don't embarrass me."
That would be good.
And then we'll go out in these streets, and then we'll put our business out there. But we need to find one.
Oh, that would be good.
We need to find one. I think
really
we can have us a nice little round table. We need to get a man that's going to be responsible with his words, though. Mm-hmm. With his words. But I think, if you guys enjoyed season 1, I think season 2 is definitely going to be so much better. We know who we want on the show. We know who we're targeting at this point. And we know exactly what we need to do and for whom we need to do it for. So
absolutely,
it's about to be on and popping.
All right.
So at this point, this has been Charli and Phoenix on the front porch with a bunch of randomness. But definitely, subscribe, rate. We're on
share.
Yeah, that too. That's real important. Make sure you follow us in the shenanigans that we put forth on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and anywhere a podcast can be heard. Make sure that you subscribe so that you do not miss the next episode. And with that, we just want you to do better, sis.
Please.